All right. That is the wrong layout. There we go. What is going on, guys? Welcome to the stream. Justin, Gabby, Jake, and Vanillix. Welcome, guys. Hope you guys have been having a good Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. I had to check my own phone for that, but hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to the stream, everyone. I think we'll get the shiny today. I really hope we do, Jake. I really hope we do. We've been going for this for a while, right? I say at this point we deserve it. Let's check. Let's see if there's anywhere on the map that might potentially be giving us some extra good stuff. So we got normal weather, or we got intense sun, actually. I think that's a bit of a boost. I think it's a bit of a boost for Drifloon. Let's confirm this. Intense sun is 25, so okay, same as yesterday. Normal weather is 10%, so same as yesterday. Watchtower Ruins, snowing is 60. Yes, there we go. Watchtower Ruins is where we're going to be hunting today, guys. Sleep okay last night? I did. I got a lot of sleep last night, actually, which is very good. No, I think part of it is I've been bad about having a bit too much caffeine recently, and yesterday I didn't have any, and I think that's what kind of did me in there. Also, it is funny watching watching the camera slowly try to adjust white balance. Yesterday I wore a pure white shirt and everything looked really red. Today I wear a yellow hoodie and it just like it suddenly cuts everything way cooler. I should go into my camera and actually get those settings tuned so it's like always consistent based off of me and not my clothes. But yeah, welcome. Having caffeine crash. Basically, yo, what's going on, Cinder? How you doing? And Jesse, welcome to the stream as well. Hope you'll upload the Punk Boo clip. Eventually have a compilation of times you weren't looking at shinies. True. Yeah, I need to get on that. Someone pestered me about it after the stream in Discord while I'm sitting on my computer. I'll get everything set up for that. Yeah, I've been bad about the clips recently. I'll basically do like I'd say I do like a whole like October compilation thing, but that would literally be one. That would literally be like 2 Pokemon. That would be Pumpkaboo and Duskull. Rose Girl, welcome. Got shiny Snubbull after 5 eggs. Yo, that's awesome. Working on getting Goldenrod and Silver, so you can do Drowsy. Best of luck. Pretty well. Just taking it easy for most of the day. We'll probably get working on some assignments soon. Got you. Glad to have you here, Cinder. It's good to see you. And guys, if you could leave a like on the stream, I would really appreciate it. It helps out a lot. I'm going to go ahead and grab these 2 items, because otherwise the sparkles are going to throw me off. On Halloween, you hashed a melanistic Pokemon on PokeFarm. Nice! That's awesome. Congratulations on that. And this has been a pretty good day so far. It's been pretty chill. This week overall, like Monday through Thursday especially, is going to be pretty chill. Friday will be a bit unique. I've mentioned it before. There won't be a stream because I will be on a plane. I'm flying out for a friend's wedding. So that'll be this weekend. That'll be a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It's just going to be a little bit hectic for sure. Yeah, no doubt about that. Is a Galarian Zigzagoon? Nice! Halloween hatch, named Candy Corn. Yes! Doesn't fit his color, it's so cute, so you don't care. Hey, I agree, Candy Corn's a great name all the time. That albino Rowlet's still waiting for you? Ah, true. Like, guys, look at this hoodie I have. So it's like bright yellow, which is great, just because like it actually gives me something that's like colored, that isn't like there's like actually a nice color and isn't just like grays and stuff, which is fine. I totally like the gray stuff, but at the same time, like having some things that got a little bit more color to them is cool too. But look, it's got a bird on it that looks like a banana. Yeah, it's dope. I love it. It's just called Banana Bird. That's all it is. That's all it is. I'm hoping if anything, the yellow hoodie will channel some good luck for finding ourselves a yellow Drifloon today. It's gotta help, right? There's no way it can't. And guys, we're at 18 days? 18 days until the release of BDSP. I'm so hype, guys. I'm so hype. Not much longer to go. All part of the plan, exactly. But yeah, no, I'm so excited, guys. BDSP is right around the corner. We're gonna have a ton of fun streaming that. I'm gonna make sure I have the time off and everything put in. You know, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. That's so close, right? Right? Like, I feel like honestly, it doesn't feel like it was like 9 months ago, right, that we got the announcements for it. I guess like 8 months ago, 8.5 months ago that we got the announcements for BDSP and Legends. But yeah, I know it's been a long time since we heard about these games existing, and here we are, like almost to the point that you can count it on your fingers. I'm so very excited for this. Yeah, I feel like the 6 months of silence may be playing into this a little bit, as far as like, I can't think of much that happened in those like 6 months. Granted, also I say I can't think of what happened. I can't think of much that happened. Like, I haven't like moved and like gotten a new job and adopted a cat, and like all these things have happened in the time since like the games were announced. Most of those things happened at the time between the game being announced and us getting any other kind of information about it, but that's besides the point. I guess you need to put in a pre-order as soon as you bet you're playing that on launch day. Heck yeah. No, yeah, my pre-order's in. I just have to confirm with GameStop way closer to the release that I can actually pick it up at midnight. Otherwise, I'm just going to be going and digitally buying it as well, as financially irresponsible as that may seem. I want to make sure I have at least one copy of the game to play on release night. Gonna pre-order both. Heck yeah. Yeah, I got my pre-order in for both, so I'll definitely have them like that morning. Basically, the plan is if we get the midnight release, I'm gonna be prepped to just like get home for that midnight release at like 12:15, 12:30, and just play as long as I can until I like pass out. And then from there set up a bit of a consistent but pretty heavy stream schedule for the next like month or so. That's my goal, basically, until like Christmas. Probably do some pretty heavy streaming on it. See what we can pull off as far as like shiny decks completion in that time. I'm excited for it. I'm excited, as you can tell, as I've been saying since like August. I've been super excited for these games. I'm really looking forward to it. So you can bet on me doing a ton of streaming in that time. But yeah, if we don't get the midnight release, if it ends up just being you pre-ordered it, you can pick it up when we open on the 19th. Like, I'll buy a digital copy of the game, I'll play it for the few hours for then, and honestly, it'll probably change when I go to bed. I might just go to bed like early Thursday, like very early, like take like a 6-7 hour nap. Like from between work and midnight, I can get about 7 hours of sleep. Maybe a little bit more since I get off at like 4:30, right? Like pull off like 7 hours of sleep, then just stream straight through to the morning. And as soon as the GameStop by me opens, just drive over there, pick up the games, drive back home, continue streaming. Luckily, if Friday's off every week, it's Friday, right? Yeah. All of the main series games since Auras have come out on like Friday before Thanksgiving, so a reasonable assumption. Yeah, still the same case. Because yeah, they always came out where like I had 1 day of classes before I had a week off of school when I was in college. But yeah, it's still a Friday, so I'm gonna be taking the Friday off. I'm probably gonna take the Monday off as well. I still have a ton of vacation days built up, which is nice. But yeah, I'll probably take that Friday off and that Monday off of work, and use that time to just go hard at streaming for those like 4 days straight, super hard at streaming. Then after those 4 days, just get back into a bit more of a normal routine that's a bit on the heavier streaming side. As far as like right now, I have a few hours between work and streaming, and I have lunch breaks I don't stream on, and these other various things that'll probably just prioritize streaming because I'm really, really excited for these games, and I'm challenging myself. As I've said before, I am challenging myself to complete the Pokedex as fast as I can and start getting get as many shinies as I possibly can between the release of BDSP and the release of Legends. So we have a lot ahead of us. But we have like 2 months basically, like 2 months and some change to see how many of the BDSP shinies we can get. So that's gonna be a lot of effort, a lot of my Christmas vacation, a lot of my Thanksgiving days off. Everything's just gonna be streaming Pokemon, and hopefully it pays off, both in terms of a super fun stream as well as a satisfaction of getting a large chunk of the Sinnoh shiny decks done in those 2 months. Methinks is a fun word to use. Indeed it is. Shakes Game Freak, give me the new Maylene official heart, cowards. Oh, that's not a Drifloon. That is a Delibird. I thought I'd hit the Drifloon there. I feel like I was closer to Drifloon, but seems like some hitbox shenanigans have occurred. A month too early, Mr. Delibird. Right. That'll be the Christmas hunt. Or I don't know. We'll have to find some. We'll have to figure out what our hunts are going to be themed around, as far as like if we do any kind of Thanksgiving hunting, because it'll be in BDSP, or Christmas hunting, because it'll be in BDSP. Yeah, pretty much everything's getting sidelined aside from BDSP for those few months. Because I have a mission. I have a goal ahead of me. I'm gonna have like charts and lists and like game plans and roadmaps on the wall, like scrumboard this thing. You know, just like legit, just take this screen and like scrumboard. Like, here are the Pokemon I need. Here's what I gotta do. Here's the gyms I gotta beat. What's to do? What's done? What's doing? Go all out on this planning wise. How'd the rest of my Halloween go? It was pretty chill. Didn't have any trick-or-treaters. I wasn't really surprised. I know there seems to be a trend almost, it feels, this year of like not a lot of trick-or-treaters out from what I saw online. Like a lot of people saying they bought candy and then no one came. But at least for me, I wasn't surprised. I've lived in the general area I'm in for a large chunk of my life, and people from this specific like neighborhood that I am in usually always drove to other neighborhoods instead of doing stuff here. This neighborhood's not really well lit, and there's like 6 kids in it, right? Like, there's not a lot of people here, so usually they just like drive to one of the other nearby neighborhoods. At least that was my general experience as someone who's not in this neighborhood, was seeing kids from this neighborhood everywhere else. So I wasn't shocked. So it was just a pretty chill night, hanging out, talking to friends online and stuff. Can't believe it's almost time for you to return to your Christmas hunt that you didn't actually touch at all last year. Shiny Xerneas soon? Maybe. Yeah, it's crazy thinking about all the stuff that's happened in the past year. It's been such a weird year, right? Like it hasn't quite been the same, like nothing. It I don't know, it just feels very different, right? Like 2020 never really feels like it ended, but at the same time, like we're very clearly in a different place than we were a year ago today. So it's like, I don't know, this past year has been kind of wacky, right? If only they knew you had a real Pikachu with you that night, right? Would have had so many people. The thing is, they also knew I didn't actually have any candy. I tried to go buy some because like I'd been like kind of like I should grab some when I went to the store, and then I was like I'll get some later. Ooh, tickle in my throat. And and I went in, and of course, late in the afternoon on Halloween, they're gonna be sold out of candy, especially of candy that's like single serve, you know, throw in a bowl kind of candy. So maybe they made the right call. They'd be like, I don't have candy, but you can see my cat dressed as Pikachu. But yeah, so it was pretty chill. Yeah, just in general, the past couple days have been pretty chill. A lot of the stuff that had been building up to happening like this past weekend wrapped up Saturday or early Sunday. Like the stream was kind of the last thing on my list of stuff that had been getting built up to as far as prepping for stuff or doing practices with people for stuff. So the past couple of days have really been cool down for most of those things. Things are going to start picking back up again. Obviously, I got some stuff going on this weekend with the wedding and all that good stuff. And then going beyond that, it's like we got the wedding, then we'll have about 2 weeks of calm, a little bit less than 2 weeks of calm, and then it is Pokemon, constantly for the next 2 months. But yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. I'm not complaining in any way about the ridiculous amounts of Pokemon that will be had. Yeah, we're gonna be having a great time with that for sure. Favorite Sinnoh starter, Piplup. I like penguins. I like birds. Again, reference to the banana bird on my shirt. Yo, what's going on, MT? Welcome to the stream, man. How you doing today? Hope all is well. But yes, that's yeah, favorite Sinnoh starter would be Piplup. Ooh, excuse me. I feel like I have like a hair in my throat or something. You know, like that thing where it's like I definitely don't like. It's definitely not like a cough, but it's like there's something there. It's like you have like the same kind of thing as like something like tickling like the back of your nose, making you want to like sneeze, but it's like in my throat. Hope you're not feeling exhausted. No, I'm all good. I'm good today. Yesterday, I mentioned a little bit earlier, it was actually just like the first day in a while I hadn't had caffeine, and I had been having a not so healthy amount of it the past few days before that, so it was definitely just kind of a crash from that. A fur ball, right. No, those are for my cat to get, and even then she shouldn't get those. You know, knock on wood, fortunately I've only had to deal with one of those. I came home from helping out with some of the stuff I do. Like I had to stop by to grab some clothes between like some things I usually do. Like I do a couple things on Wednesday, and like I go karting on Wednesday is one of them. And like my clothes I usually wear for that were in the dryer while I was out doing other stuff. So I came back to get those, and right in front of the dryer was just a hairball. That's the only one I've ever had to deal with. I felt bad for the cat. It looked really big and uncomfortable, but I was like right at the start of her just like massive shedding episode. She just like exploded. All of her undercoat was just everywhere for like 2 weeks. Now it's not, fortunately, but it was for a while. Earthbound fan, what is going on? Welcome. How you doing today? You saw Kat on the Halloween stream? Yeah, she was. less than pleased to be in that outfit, but she was a good sport about it, so I was happy with that. As far as like being able to be like, hey, my cat actually wore the costume that that Stream bought for her. Inhaled a furball once, hence the term MT fainted. I mean, I think that's a valid reason to faint. Just playing your island scan, only Ultramoon. Best of luck. Hope that's going well. What kind of Pokemon you got so far? Love cats, but you're allergic, so that sounds like a nightmare. Yeah, I could imagine if you can't deal with like pet fur being everywhere, that would have been an awful time. Because she just kind of sat down in a spot, shifted around a little bit, stood up, and there was just a circle, like just a mat of hair. There's like, how do you, like, I was both amazed that she had that much hair and that she was able to lose that much hair and not be bald, right? Because for those who don't know, when I adopted her back in April, we just went through like the mandatory, not like mandatory, but like kind of routine vet visits. As far as like generally, there's like the idea of like, hey, bring the cat in for like the first like, you know, in the first like 2 weeks, because generally you want to make sure that like nothing was caught like at the shelter or whatever. And like I took her in because she actually started sneezing so bad she got a bloody nose the like second day I had her, and I was like, oh my god, my cat is like dying. I've only had her like 2 days. Like, oh no. What is happening? Am I this bad with cats? But no, I took her in. I was panicking, which made her panic in the car, which made her pee in the car. That was not fun. Fortunately, my seats are like lined with like anti like liquid stuff, so like it was okay. But that was unfortunate. But she was in there, she got all of her stuff for that, and then like a couple weeks later, I got an email from the vet, like, oh yeah, she's coming up due for like some vaccinations. Like, all right, cool. So I took her in, and when I was in there that time, the vet was like, so she had a lot of fur balls or anything? I was like, no. I was like, she's bald. She's like groomed herself bald from over grooming. I was like, oh, that's fantastic. And it was an uphill battle for a while trying to undo all that with like various medications and foods and stuff, but we finally got stuff. So I was like, basically, long story short, she started shedding a whole lot again, like about a month ago, I'd say, and did it for like 2 weeks. And I was just like, how are you losing this much fur and you don't look like you did in April? Right? Like, how have you grown this much fur in that time? A second cat underneath. Basically, honestly, Jesse, you probably could have just like the felting where you have like a ball of felt and you like kind of fluff it all up. You could have done that and made a whole other cat by the end of it. And again, man, those are the days. Onyx, Ivysaur, and Litwick. Nice. That's a good bunch right there. I used to have a pet a long time ago. Now you can't stand pet hair. Oof, a cat stain in the car. Fortunately, there was no stain. I was very happy there was no stain. That would have been, honestly, it probably just sounds really bad, but like that was such a tipping point for me when I first got her, because I feel like most of you guys who've been here long enough know I really like cars. I especially really like my cars and keeping them nice. And cat pee is not a nice smell, and it is not an easy one to get rid of if it gets in anything. So I was on top of my cat, like, hating being in the car, freaking out, hating going to the vet, sneezing blood, which was the big one. I was like, oh my god, like, now my car is messed up. Like, again, I'd sound shallow, but like, that was so much extra on top of an already stressful day. Fortunately, though, there was some like stuff that when I bought the car I thought was just some like kind of BS marketing thing to like get more money, of like, oh, we sprayed the seats with like Resistol or something, which is some like hydrophobic coating. It worked. We still got the charge removed when we bought the car, because come on, who's gonna need that, right? Like, who's gonna have that big of a thing happen in their seats? I apparently did. And fortunately the seat hadn't really been used enough, so it wasn't like damaged in any way. So I was very happy with that. Hope we get a Drifloon in a 2K. I hope so too, Jesse. I really hope we do. Clean cars are a must for you. Same though, man. Same. Like, it doesn't matter how beat up the car is or how just like stained it is when I get it. nothing staying loose in the car, right? Like, I think it took me a while to get used to the fact that, like, my car has, like, Android Auto, and so, like, I have, like, a USB cable plugged in for my phone. The fact that that cable sticks just, like, loosely out into the car was so annoying to me at first. I've gotten used to it, but I was so annoyed by that at first. Because, like, it looked like there was something in the car. It was one thing, but that one thing was clutter, right? And I don't like clutter in my car. Like, one of my friends thought it was weird in high school, but I was like, nah, like, I don't keep anything in my car. Why would I keep stuff in my car? My car is for driving. My car is not for storage, right? Kittens are bossy when it comes to eating some cat food, but the mother cat will let you pet. Oh, that's nice. Cooling cars must be, yeah. What kind of car? Dude, some people really use their cars as mobile trash cans. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me how much junk can be in people's cars. Yeah, so I have two cars, actually. I have a 2001 Crown Victoria Police Interceptor. My first car I ever had. It is currently unregistered and not really drivable, but I still have it right now. With plans to work on it, but you know how that is. I've had plans to work on it for a while. But my daily is a 2020 Corolla hatchback with a 6-speed in it, which has been a lot of fun. But you know, I don't know. I can't, like, there's some things where I understand, like, yeah, you use that a lot, but you never use it, like, but you always use it in one place and you don't store it there. So it's like, yeah, I get that kind of being in there, you know, like if you have things for like a bag of like, or something that stays in the car. Like, yeah, I get that. I can't bring myself to do that. As bad as that kind of is, but you know, it is what it is. It's how it is for me. But yeah, like I try to keep my car pretty spotless on the inside, just because, like, I don't know. I know for me, it'll become bad if I let there be anything, right? Like, as far as like the give an inch, take a mile kind of situation. That's like my own cleanliness for myself. This is Cap Car. Wee woo, wee woo. Yeah. Man, that car was so much fun. It's got like a lot of just like, it just needs some TLC. As far as like, there's some things that are just old and need to be replaced as far as suspension and steering and stuff like that goes. And some work can be done on body panels. It's been pretty beat up. It's a 2001, so it's like 20 years old, you know, so there's a lot of stuff that's like not fantastic about it that just needs to be worked on. But yeah, hopefully I get the time one day to just like jack it up in the driveway and pull the whole front end off. Got a 2019 Stinger GT, one for a steal last year. Nice. Yeah, no, it's crazy looking at car prices from a year ago and now, like, because I got mine last May. I want to say May, I think, yeah, last May, like May 2020. I got a decent deal on it. It was still pretty close to MSRP, but it was a little bit under for a few extra things and for being like the top of the line model. So like I was happy with it. I was happy with it at the end of the day. But yeah, no, like looking at that now, my car has appreciated in value over the past year. Looking at like used sales, it's like, it's crazy. It's crazy how much it flipped from no one's driving, how do we sell these cars, to we can't make cars, right? Like, it flipped so hard in a year. Sounds like your Back to the Future car. What do you mean by that? Is it a DeLorean somehow? Floon! What's going on, Goldie? Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? Hope you're doing well. A Toyota's last forever. Absolutely, man. Yeah, I know that car is going to be around for a long time. Even if I do some level of stuff to it, right? Like, as long as you don't touch the engine on those things, it'll just run for forever, right? Just change the oil when you need to, and don't like redline it constantly, and you're fine. No, yeah, I definitely think it was a good choice in cars as far as like just wanting something to be reliable and still also be a little bit of fun with the 6-speed. So now, as soon as my friend was looking for a car about a year before I was, and I got pointed in the direction of the Corollas. He didn't end up going for it. He's always been a fan of the Mazda 3s, so we got one of those instead. But as soon as I saw that and I saw it had a manual in it, I was like, ooh, I need one of those. I need me one of those. I just wish that Toyota stopped dragging their feet on the GR version of it with the turbo 3-cylinder from the GR Yaris. That would be a lot of fun. Or if they just brought the GR Yaris here. I don't know why they didn't do that. Yeah, that would have been an insane amount of fun. Yeah, and honestly, the Crown Vic could have lasted a while too. It's like I said, it's still going. Like it still cranks up and runs. The only thing it needed recently was a battery after, sitting for forever and having a 10-year-old battery in it, right? Like a 10-year-old battery sitting uncranked for 15 months kills it. That's how it goes, Not really surprising there, but no, that car still runs pretty well. It just, like I said, it just needs some work. It's a little bit rusty, but the engine's still fine. It runs fine and everything. Watched a video on how to become Pope, and it said, first be a boy. Yeah, I feel like that is kind of a fundamental thing according to the Pope rules. Bad news, MT, putting on a bit of weight, your pants feel tight. No, I feel that though. The pandemic pounds, right? Mission failed, we'll get him next time. Just create your own version of Catholicism where the Pope is female. That should be easy enough, right? It's the holidays, so you get a pass for like 10 pounds, right? You got Halloween with a ton of candy, then you got Thanksgiving with just a ton of turkey. And then you basically just have the same thing again at Christmas, right? Like, if anything, it's a mix of both at that point. MT, more training to get rid of his gut. Man, I need to... This is probably one of the weirder reasons for wanting to lose a little bit of weight, but I definitely have put on a little bit over the past year. I want to lose a little bit of the weight for track times while racing. It's gonna be like hundredths of a second off a lap time, but it's the kind of thing that ends up mattering, right? When it's November, you want to eat a Snickers. I mean, I don't think there's any problem with that. You get the Halloween candy on like the 31st. You're gonna have to eat it in November. Track time racing, yeah. Hey man, every pound counts with that. But yeah, the gain to pound overnight. I mean, that just sounds like you ate a pound of food. That's always one of those things when weighing yourself and stuff, right? Is you have to take into consideration that it's not like if you have if you eat a pound of food, it doesn't just go away. The weight, after eating food, you weigh the same as holding a plate of the food, right? So that's always one of those things where it's I just kind of been watching my average, right? It's gone down a little, but then I kind of slipped and it went back up, right? Get a haircut and go faster in a car. I mean, technically it's true. Technically it's true. Honestly, probably a little bit of something if I had been racing before. I cut my hair way back in the spring, right? When my hair was down to here. Yeah, that was it's weird looking back at that stuff because at the time I was yeah, it's just my hair, and now I look at it and go, I know really wanted me to get it cut. It's man, this does not look good. But it was when you get a chance like that, right, to just completely redo to just completely let everything go like that, Especially thinking about it then versus a year before or something, right? Where it's you're going into an office all the time. Either you gotta really commit to it, or it's or it's just going to look weird. You know, it's going to look weird even if you are committed to it. You're just going to be committed to it while it's weird, and eventually there'll be some payoff. But for me, it was just like, yeah, I don't know. That wasn't my style. You ever seen Speed Racer? That could be me. Yeah, exactly. I just got to keep getting better, man. Not do stupid things when I'm in a bad cart. Man, I feel like we actually seen a decent number of brilliance. I didn't think that one was brilliant. Like I said, the brilliant thing, thinking about the one we'd seen before this, I didn't even notice this one was brilliant until like I missed it and turned around and it was brilliant. Not complaining though. Because yeah, we could definitely use to seeing some more brilliant, seeing as those are our 1 in 5 12s. So, yeah, if we can see a ton of those, that'd be great. Toss his cat out the car to win down the stretch. I would never put my cat through being in a car while I raced. Man, my cat would not be happy with that in any way. Yeah, Adele is not a fan of car trips. Very much not a fan of it. She was a really good sport about it, moving from the apartment to the house. You know, because I brought her up once I knew I was staying here overnight. I still had a little bit of stuff to grab like the next day from the apartment, but she rode with me, and that was about an hour. And she didn't really, you know, she didn't like cry too much or anything. She had a little bit of just like, occasionally she would like kind of go like, hey, meow, meow. But it was like if I had said something or if my hand was like on the shifter, like, you know, if I was shifting gears, she would kind of meow because like my hand was right by her. He's like, hey, I'm right here. Immune system, you picked the wrong house, fool. Cancer, it's me, Carl. Chill. Understandable. Have a great day. Yeah, it'd kind of be hard for the immune system to pick out something that's literally just you. Yeah, no, the cat is not a fan of the car at all. Also, thank you to everyone who's left a like on the stream. I really appreciate that. It helps out a lot. Usually our goal is to try to hit 15 likes on each stream. Seeing the moving airplane, you toss the cat out the window, cat is tossed back at you. I haven't seen Airplane in a while. That might be worth a rewatch. We're getting dangerously close to this 2,000 number. Gonna fix up the Crown Vic to 6-speed. It's a thought. There's a lot of work that has to go into that, and it ends up being a little bit weird in how you have to do it. So basically, the shifter is gonna come up through the AC vents. Like the rear AC vents come right, at least in the police interceptor models, because there's some differences between. One of the biggest differences between like a police interceptor Crown Vic and like a standard civilian Crown Vic from the factory, because there really aren't that many changes. People talk about like cop brakes and all this stuff, and it's just like, like you got a little bit of that, but there's not like a cop engine or anything. But one of the biggest things that cops want is a column shifter. Just because they want all the space in the center console for their own stuff, and part of that is there's no need to like have anything pass through the transmission tunnel, because like all the shifting's done up top. The rear passengers' air vents go right over the center column where a shift lever would come up through. So on one hand, it's like, do you just leave that or take that out? I also thought, hey, it just means I have a climate-controlled shift knob. You know, it's hot outside. You got some cold air blowing over the shift knob. But yeah, people have done the conversion. Most of them have done it on 2003s and newer. That's generally where you see a lot of the kits and stuff. And there's just some differences in suspension and a little bit of the drivetrain in those. So you got to like take that into consideration. The realistic thing to do is honestly sell the 2001 and buy like a 2006 or newer one. Get the improved suspension and stuff that's in those, but at the same time, also there's sentimental value there, right? Didn't even think about those factors. I mean, people have done it. You just cut straight through it, and you can still just drop like a T5 or T56 transmission in there, and yeah, you can just drop a T56 transmission in. It's all Ford modular V8s. It's the same engine that's in the same year GTs, so it bolts up. Like, yeah, you can bolt it up with any transmission that you'd be putting in a Mustang from that era. You can put in a Crown Vic. You just got to do a little bit of stuff to make it a little bit more comfortable. One of the biggest things for me would be I'm so tall. I'm 6'6", so even in the Crown Vic, which is a boat of a car, right? Like literally, the body style of my Crown Vic is the whale body style. But yeah, those cars are such boats. Yet still, I would have the seat pushed all the way back just to have enough leg room. The position that the shift lever comes up through the floor from a Mustang transmission in a Crown Vic is very far forward. Like, my Corollas is about here. Crown Vic, I'd be reaching all the way out to grab like first or third or fifth, which isn't super big deal, but that'd just be like fabricating like a linkage to just move the like knob up. You know, there's work to go into it, but if you're swapping out a transmission, it is minimal work in comparison to the rest of it. Car you wanted was a Batmobile replica. Miss MT said no. What? That's no fun. Hey, what's going on, Shy? Welcome to the stream. Surprised you don't play racing games like GTA or something. I play GTA occasionally. I have a Logitech G920 on the floor behind there, like where that orange light is. I want to get a racing wheel stand. So I can set that up a bit more permanently. I could attach it like right here as a temporary solution, and I might honestly end up doing that the next few days. Because yeah, I own like Assetto Corsa. I play a lot of F1 2019 and stuff like that. I want to play some more of it. I just have been waiting because I'm like, I'll do it another time, and like I'll do it once I have the wheel stand and stuff. But I just haven't ever gotten the wheel stand. Hey, Spartan, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Being that's all, hope your plane tickets puts you in the aisle. Those cost more money. Well, the aisle I can do, but usually like the exit rows are the ones you want when you're tall. Fortunately, I don't fly on planes that often, and when I do have to fly on this one, it's only for a couple hours, so I can deal with it. Put some comfy pants on so I can like deal with being a bit more stretched up. Don't put on these jeans where I can't like lift my legs up all the way on the camera. But yeah, overall I'm used to it. The biggest thing is just when someone in front of me tries to recline their seat, they can't. Not because I'm a jerk. Which is the look that they usually give me. Because I think a lot of people just assume that like if like I'm preventing their seat from going back, it's because I'm sitting in a way to be like, I'm going to stick it to them. You're not reclining into my seat space while I recline my seat. Nah, neither of us can. And it is because airlines have decided to like make an extra $3 a flight by making the distance between the seats shorter than my femurs. So... no matter what I do, someone in front of me, be it the guy directly in front of me or me splaying my legs out uncomfortably into the middle seat person, one of those seats isn't reclining because all it's going to do is try to push my butt further through the floor of the plane. Which doesn't work. And when I recline my seat and it kind of shifts forward a little bit, also doesn't work. All set up for drowsy, but it'll start in a while. Got a shower since you have work tomorrow. I'll be happy if you got it tonight and can work and complete the new save files. Yeah, that'd be awesome if you got it tonight, Rose Girl. GTA isn't really a racing game. I mean, there's a lot of racing in it, and honestly, the F1 stuff that they added, the open wheel racing, is actually decently simmy for a game like GTA. Like the open wheel racing stuff's actually a whole heck of a lot of fun to do. Imagine pulling up to work with a drive-thru in your Batmobile, right? Dude, I got comments about the Crown Vic going through drive-thrus. Some of them were interesting conversations, but conversations nonetheless. It was always compliments, and it was always like, Usually it's people like, oh, you seen the Blues Brothers? Because I'm young enough you could reasonably assume I haven't. But I'm like, yeah, I know where you're going with this too. It is not a jerk, guys. Take note. Usually not. American has been canceling a lot of their flights. Yeah, I forget who we got our flight through. We booked our flights a while ago. I should look at that again. I just know the airport I have to be at and when. So I'm good there. So yeah, I got like a haircut earlier in that. I have like a haircut earlier in the day, and then I'm just going from there to the train station to the airport. Shadows of Mass Destruction. Shadows of what? I'm confused. Also, Ash, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Hope you get the shiny before quadruple odds. I hope so too. Yeah, it stinks that the 1 in 512 only happens with the brilliant Pokemon, but it is what it is, right? Don't think GTA is meant to be racing, but you see what you're saying. It's part of the game that's heavily racing, like the online stuff, tracks and stuff. And that's the only part of GTA I play. That's the only fun part. GTA definitely, it's Grand Theft Auto. The idea, it's about driving cars. The whole map is designed around driving cars. Obviously, there is a lot of other stuff to it. Some people get really into the combat and everything. But I would say you could argue that like people casually just enjoy the racing in GTA. Gonna bet under 2K, you can feel it. What are you betting? I might take that bet. The shiny appears before quadruple odds being at 2047. Yeah, if we had 2048, that'd be rough. Want a boring game? Flight Sim? Flight Sims can be fun. Flight Sims can be a lot of fun, especially if you just kind of ignore all of the actual objectives. Is it weird that you'd like to take random photos of US presidents, go to Photoshop, and then assort them until it looks like abstract art? Hey, that sounds like a hobby to make money with, Goldie. Start selling those. Oh, the roleplay? Roleplay servers are interesting to watch streamers in. Definitely not my thing. I'm not really into the RP of any kind, honestly. Like D&D is about the farthest I go, and usually it's with friends where we either metagame a whole lot or our role playing is us just being us but with weapons. So like from that perspective, that's different than like the RP that you'd see in like a GTA or something, right? If you had a decent setup for flying games, I think Flight Sim could be more fun. Yeah, like if you have like flight sticks or a full, you know, like HOTAS setup, that could be fun. Or like a yoke and everything. Hey, Timmy, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? Hunting for your next shiny in your shiny only run. Best of luck. Going for anything specific or just hoping to find something? Any something. Gonna do some encounters on the Christmas hunt while you're doing vocab words. Gonna lurk with low volume to avoid distraction. Alright, Shy. Not a PlayStation or Xbox side, but legit considering asking for a PS4 and Persona 5. Friend highly recommends it. Yeah, I've heard good things about Persona. Hey, Mel, how's it going? Speaking of the people who tell me good things about Persona. But yeah, Mel, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Happy day off. Just another team member. Got you. Definitely asking for Pokemon Coliseum and Joker Smash amiibo. Yeah, definitely get some get some games for your GameCube, man, for sure. So happy. Hey, I got you. I understand. I mean, yeah, day off's fantastic. Especially after, honestly, having the 2 days off that you've had. I guess like yesterday was kind of a day off, but not as much because you were still doing things. But like after Monday, seeing what your schedule is on Monday, absolutely deserve that. Tried to sound smooth with Mel. With the Mel reference, yeah. Gotta make those transitions, link the conversations. That's like my job as a streamer, right? Man, less than 10 encounters away from 2,000, guys. Battlegrounds right here. May as well come on. I'm confused. What's going on, Shy? Are you okay? 2,000 hype. Nice hoodie, too. Thank you. Yeah, no, I sent you the picture of it a while ago, but did you see that, like, the banana is a bird? Because it's great. It's great. At 19.99 or nothing. Yeah, if I hit 2,000, the whole game corrupts. It's just over. Came for Ian and the crab rave. Well, to get the crab rave going at some point. So a little way, there's some stuff that would have to happen to make the crab rave happen. Also, yeah, man, this camera really does not, like, the white balance on this camera is struggling with such just like a yellow object on screen. It's like not sure what to do. It keeps swinging violently back and forth between like making me look like a Simpsons character and turning everything a little bit blue. I didn't mean to. I was looking away. No! Why'd I look away? I'm a fool. I looked away and ran into Delibird. $19.98, guys. Only one more before we've officially hit 2,000. I don't want to have officially hit 2,000 on two different Pokemon this close together. But darn. Great year. I don't have many memories of it, to be honest. A little bit too young for that. Any memories I have from that year just kind of conglomerated into just young pre-elementary school memories. At 2000 we riot. Alright, well I guess it's riot time. Darn. Or woohoo, depending on your opinion on it. No, but yeah, fortunately, unfortunately, we have passed 2000. Fortunately, the game did not completely crash and corrupt. Yeah, Jesse, you were confident. You were very confident we were going to find it before 2000. Trying to space it out as much as I can so it's not too spammy. I'm still not sure what's going on here. I'm really not sure, Shy. I was thinking surely he isn't too unlucky. I don't know. We did get Pumpkaboo in like 65 encounters, so maybe this is just kind of like expected after that. Pumpkaboo must have taken it all up, right? Right? gonna be late because of the Pumpkaboo. Sfeel and Pumpkaboo took all of our luck. Moment of truth. They're hitting it. Okay, more shadow stuff, more lyric stuff. I'm so confused by this. I was like, moment of truth. All right, maybe you're a little behind and thinking we're about to hit 2,000. No, just more song lyrics. Ian and Mel need to reunite at some point. At some point. It's a little bit difficult right now with international travel being what it is. Perhaps a future trip. That is honestly what I hope can happen. Hopefully. Just sung Mass Destruction from Persona 3 in a YouTube chat. Ah, it's a Persona song. See, I was wondering what any amount of context there was for what you were saying. Like, I was like, alright, it's clearly song lyrics. I can get that much. But I have no clue what the song is. But yeah, no, MT, there's definitely plans for a trip. It's just a matter of getting the trip to happen in a way that governments are okay with it, right? Like, that's really the biggest thing now. Is just like, right now, especially like Japan, is just like, unless you really need to be here, no. So that's the current deal. Is I'd love to do it, I want to do it, but actually doing it is a whole different story, a whole different issue. Excuse me. Pegalux, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Did you start hunting Drifloon today, or have you been looking for it before? I have been looking for Drifloon for like 2 weeks now. We've been doing a lot of Drifloon hunting. We've not been very lucky with it, clearly. Just feel like, hi, I'm mindless enigma. Yes, enigma, sir, come this way. Places like Canada sold their borders closed. A lot of places do, especially depending on what country you're coming from. And where you're going to. It depends on both the state of like the country that you're coming from and the country that you're in, as far as like, if both of them are doing fairly well and you're vaccinated and test negative and everything, you're good. You can go. But like some places, just like we why risk it, right? Is like the situation with a lot of places still right now. Is like either your country is still dealing with like a garbage fire, like a dumpster fire, or we're currently dealing with a dumpster fire. And we don't really want to be throwing garbage between the two dumpsters right now. We don't want two dumpster fires. It's really kind of the situation, you know? And it makes sense. Ideally, things open up by like the spring. That's kind of just been generally the hope at this point, is like that things have calmed down by the spring, you know, like as like more and more and more people continuously get access to the vaccine and everything. Like, ideally, people are taking it, and you know it's working as it has been, you know, stuff like that. The old dumpster fire parable. It's a lot of dumpster fire. I mean, it is. It has been for like the past 2 years. There's been so much dumpster fire. It's basically been 2 years now. 2 years of just continuous dumpster fires. I'd really like them to stop. As would the majority of the world. Are the Phantom Thieves good guys or bad guys? I'm assuming you're talking about Persona, so I don't know. Hey, Jean the Pikachu, welcome to the stream. How you doing today, man? Hope all is going well. 2020 Drifloon right here, yeah. Let's see about 2021. Otherwise, we're going to start looking into future Drifloon. To the future we go. They do good, but in bad ways. That is an interesting moral question right there, as far as, like, I mean, it's like, do the ends justify the means, basically? Stop evil by taking their hearts. I mean, are they taking the evil ones? That might sound okay. I don't know. I'm not the person to ask here. I had to take one philosophy class in college, and my strongest memory from that was one day I was talking with someone about how I potentially had corrupted my 1,000-hour save file in Pokemon Sun. And the other time was when I was talking to the same person about my YouTube channel being banned. Those are my two most prevalent memories of sitting in that classroom. Which really go to show how much it was useful to me, but it was a required course. Guys and girls, equal opportunity evil right there. What's your favorite game? Any console, any genre, any developer? Probably Pokemon, honestly, as far as, like, those are the games I put the most time into and the most, like, enjoyment out of. It's probably been Pokemon. Crash Bandicoot is a franchise up there. My favorite game is probably Crash to Insanity. I know that's one of the weirder ones to be a favorite, but it's probably my favorite just because I had an Xbox. So I had Wrath of Cortex and Twinsanity, and Wrath of Cortex is generally considered one of the worst ones. So, like, for that to be pretty normal for me, Twinsanity was really good. Yeah, Bioshock Infinite's up there too. That's one that, like, just stands out as a game. When I played it, I really, really enjoyed it immediately, and didn't really end up going back to because I pretty much just beat the whole thing outright outside of, like, playing on, like, the super duper difficulty mode. Hollow Knight's good too. It's hard, honestly, because it's easy to, like, say a favorite in a certain genre, and it's easy to say, like, I don't know, it's easy to say a favorite genre, and it's easy to say, like, a favorite game in any given genre, but it's hard to be, like, it's hard to say a favorite overall, right? Because even, like, a favorite in your favorite genre isn't necessarily your favorite. Because, like, you know, I'm not an RPG person. I generally don't like RPGs. They're usually not my thing. But Pokemon is very much so my thing, right? Like, so it's like Pokemon stands out a lot compared to, like, RPGs not being my favorite genre, and the same with, like, an FPS or a Metroidvania genre would be, like, one of my favorites. Or a racing genre, you know. One of your favorite games is an RPG. Oh, yeah. Saw Final Fantasy VII on the Switch's eShop, so you might buy that so you can play it, and then watch Advent Children so you know what's happening. Why don't you play them? That's the only RPG you'll play, basically. I mean, I've tried playing some in the past, and, like, I've always been interested. The problem with RPGs at this point is I look at them and go, that looks really interesting, but I know I won't play a lot of it. Like, my attention span, or just generally, like, Pokemon has a lot of really deep mechanics to it, right? As far as, like, EVs, IVs, honestly, even like the typings and like type advantages and stuff, there's a lot of stuff that's like super intricate in Pokemon, but because it is masked so well behind the Pokemon, you don't have to play it with that. Anyone can pick this up, not in the same... And you can't say the same for a lot of RPGs. A lot of RPGs, you have to already know RPG stuff, or you have to just like... There's a lot of stuff in other RPGs, I feel, where it's just sometimes not immediately one of the most approachable games, or it just gets very intense very quickly, and either you're going to really get into it or you're really going to glaze over on it. Some people do that with Pokemon. For me, Pokemon just happens to be the one that struck a really good balance of drawing me in, you know? Want to invest spare time into grinding your Personas up? You're into real RPGs, definitely want to play Persona. Like, I own Persona 4 on Steam. I've played a bit of it. I need to play more. I enjoyed it for when I played it, but that's kind of the thing, is if I fall out of it, I fall out of it. Pokemon, it's a lot harder for me to fall out of because I like shiny hunting and collecting so much, so it's like, when gotta catch them all, and just that is generally blatantly the whole idea of the games is they're collectathons. They're collectathon RPGs, basically, when it comes to all the Pokemon and the training. So it ends up drawing me in more and more, right? Like, I end up getting drawn into Pokemon more than I get drawn into other RPGs, because I feel like collection is put more at the forefront of them, without all the other mechanics playing into it too much. Pokemon's a watered-down RPG, basically. Very straightforward, stuff like Personas, all these complex techniques that only true fans can remember. I mean, granted, at the same time, I would consider anyone who can remember, like, massive gimmick teams off the top of their head to probably be pretty true fans of Pokemon. And if they say they don't like Pokemon, it's because they put so much time into Pokemon that they see something they don't like. It's like, if you can rattle that off, you have strong feelings towards Pokemon one way or another that you only get from giving Pokemon a true shot. You know, like, that's my opinion on it, is like, odds are if you're here, you know what you're doing and you like it, right? Same kind of thing that I point out when, like, talking about, like, boycotting games and stuff. Is like, if you care enough to want to boycott it, you want the game too much to boycott it, right? Like if you're boycotting the game because of a mechanic or something, like if you're boycotting Pokemon because of Dexit, you care too much about Pokemon not to play the newest Pokemon game. You might hold off from buying it for like a week, but you'll end up playing it. You can get Scraggy for your team. That'd be cool. Pokemon's either 1v1 or 2v2 with 4 moves max. Persona's like 5v1 with 30 things you can do per character. And that's where that's where my eyes glaze over, right? Is like, Pokemon keeps it very simple. The recipe and the core ingredients for an RPG game are there, but it's explained so clearly that it's like, oh, I get it. I totally understand why this happens this way. You know, like, that's really what I think it is for me. Is like, the idea of like, but why, not really being a question I have at any point. Playing through Final Fantasy VII on the Xbox, definitely a good game. I'd love to try it, you know, just to see what it's like. So many people complain but end up playing it. Yeah, it's the thing. It happens with every game. The only time, like, you'll know that a game successfully actually, like, that, like, resistance against a game is actually successful. You'll only know this when it is a game you do not follow the community of. Because if you don't follow the community of a game and you hear about something horrible that the devs did or some reason to not buy the game, you've heard about it. Now you're actually not going to buy it as someone who was a, like, customer that they would have been trying to market to. You know, if you're deep in the weeds with, like, the rest of the community on a game and, like, following every single update, and, like, you saw, like, with Pokemon, if you were watching when you saw Masuda say that there would be, like, a cut in the Pokedex, you were watching the Treehouse event for Pokemon right after the Direct talking about Pokemon. You know, like, sure, say that tons of people watch that, but there are a ton of hardcore Nintendo fans. And so, like, you're clearly someone who is invested enough in these games to spend your time watching an interview with the developers. I'm not willing to do that with Call of Duty or with a Star Wars game or all these other games. So if I hear that Battlefield is going to have some horrifically stupid mechanic that like the community as a whole hates. I also go, what the heck is that? You know, that clearly does seem like a bad thing. I probably won't buy the game. I remember when Doom 2016 was in beta, there were tons of performance issues. I heard about those and didn't buy the game for like a year because of that. They fixed it after the beta. But like, I heard people saying, I'm not buying this game because they did this really scummy thing. And I went, oh, they did a scummy thing. Cool, I'm not buying that. Good to know. But like, a lot of people who said, I'm not going to get this, already were playing the beta, which I believe required a pre-order. Like, you already purchased this game. You know, so it's that kind of thing, right? Where it's like, you only really know if a game's canceled, right? For lack of a better term, like, you only know a boycott's going to be successful in a game if people outside of the community hear about it, and not in the way of, oh, so-and-so games community is boycotting it for stupid reason, right? Like, it's got to be genuine, just like controversy. Most of the time, use your persona and shoot, then you gotta heal the low HP members. Yeah, it sounds like there's a lot of stuff going on with that one. Imagine having the same voice as the Smash announcer. That'd be kind of cool. Could probably get a lot of work that way. Most likely getting Gulpin? Hey, that's not bad. Dad might actually have a copy of Final Fantasy 1 for PS1 somewhere. That'd be neat. Love the game is going to get the PS5 for the remake whenever you can find a good deal. Yeah, best of luck to him with that. I mean, just in general, PS5s have still been ridiculous to find. The only ones I've physically seen in person are the ones that are just like in display units at stores. So there's a Joker being voiced by a Smash announcer. Hey, I mean, he's got to have more than 1 gig, right? It's kind of like the Halo announcer, right? He has to do something else. I don't know what else he does, but he's got to do something else. Thinking of asking for the PS4 just so you can have your own console to play Persona 5 Royale on. Isn't that some other kind of weird game? That's not like an actual version of the game, right? Children shows, but everyone has Smash announcer voice. All these just super deep movie trailer voices voicing like children's child characters on a children's cartoon. I'd be down for it. Listening to stream while shaking beard, talking about skills. The true multitasking right there, MT. Dad's gonna get a PS5 that plays PS4 games, but don't want to have to be totally off your RPG so he can play his RPG. I get that. I totally understand that. Follow the guy on Twitter. He apparently does a lot of work with anime dubs, and also he voices one character from that Cookie Run game. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, when you have an iconic voice, you have tons of work all over the place. Like as long as you have some amount of range, it doesn't have to be a lot, but as long as you can make a voice that isn't identical to the game you were iconic in, you're good. You know, honestly, as long as that iconic voice is slightly altered, right? Like, if you're getting super serious when you do whatever your other voice is, right? Like, and then you just talk normally in another one, like, it's still close to that iconic voice. It's still got whatever that quality is to it, but you can use it somewhere else. Persona 5 Royale is the enhanced version of Persona 5. Okay. I thought there was some other, like, game that was a Persona game that wasn't actually the game or something. Another thing you notice in RPGs is your character doesn't speak a lot. Yeah, a lot of times they don't, for the self-insertness of it. You know, you give them few lines, so anything that would have been, that, like, is said by the characters, and, like, the player's not going, oh, I wouldn't have said that, you know, like, you're avoiding that kind of situation. Another thing you notice with RPGs, oh yeah. Definitely name your Joker Shy, even when his canon name is Ren. Yeah, I mean, the canon name for the characters in the Pokemon games are not what I named them as well. I had Persona 5 since release and never finished it. I've heard it's a long game, right? Persona 5 Scramble, you think? Okay. Yeah, like, I just knew there was a game that, like, used the Persona 5 name, but was just some weird spin-off that really didn't... They could have been Persona, whatever. It didn't need to be Persona 5, whatever. At least that's what I heard. And that was my thought when seeing it. I was like, really? That's what you're going to name it? Fall out of these long RPGs and you go back and you get confused and you restart and the cycle begins again. Honestly, Jesse, you've described why I can't finish RPGs. Like, unless it, like, just hooks me, like Pokemon does, to the point that I put thousands of hours into it post-game, even. That's how I end up. Breath of the Wild. I haven't finished Breath of the Wild because I played it for a while. Could have sworn I was in one area and then, like, booted the game up and was literally on the exact opposite side of my explored area in territory I do not remember at all. And went, oh, and turned the game off and went back to, like, Mario Kart, right? Like, that's what I just went back. Like, I'm not even dealing with that. Was basically my thought. I was like, I don't have the effort or the energy to, like, figure out what I still need to do here. So, like, it's like at the point where it's like, if I play it again, if I pick Breath of the Wild up at any point again, it's to restart it from the beginning. Rather than come in during the battles. I think that would be true regardless, right? Your console or not. Excuse me. I'm still yawning, but I'm not tired, guys. I promise. We've made it as long as I made it yesterday, so making progress. Made a ton of hours in Breath of the Wild, but never finished. Yeah, like, I think I freed one Divine Beast. And then from there I was like, okay, cool. And then just didn't do anything else. Craving some Persona. You joined right as the Persona talk started, no. Pokemon games are meant to be beaten in like a week at most. I've heard Persona 5 takes like half a year with constant playing. Oh yeah, and I mean, some people love that, some people hate it, right? Like, some people will be like, Pokemon's too short, it has no content. And they love the fact that Persona's a game that they can be like their main game they play for 6 months, and then they do another playthrough that's like a different route that's another like 6 months, right? Like, and some people like that. I definitely like the ability to like finish a game in a couple weeks. You know, like Metroid Dread. I still haven't finished it, but it's because I'm sitting on the final boss and I'm scared to attempt them. But that's a different thing. But yeah, no, like Metroid Dread, I've basically finished the game. I just have to beat the boss. Like, it's not like I have tons of content left before I get to endgame. Like, I have the final boss fight. I know it is the final boss fight. That's it. End of story. Aside from that, it's 100%ing stuff. Got 3 and 4 with you, but you're craving 5. Oh yeah, I guess like you didn't bring the PlayStation, so you don't have a way to play that one. Xmas list is 4 things: Pokemon Coliseum, Joker, Amiibo, PS4, and Persona 5 Royale. Why am I yawning so much? 2 RPGs, so you have something to take you through the year. Yeah, there you go. As long as the game lasts long enough for you to save up for another game. If you explain RPGs take a while to beat, they might see it worth you getting. It's like, this game will last me longer than other games. I mean, honestly, it's a valid argument to make, man. I can see it. I can see it having some merit. Would know, your dad would know split RPGs in his day. It's like, knows you're not lying. Have a Wind Waker, Skyward Sword, Final Fantasy VII, Earthbound going at the same time. 4 isn't a lot on paper, but them being bigger RPGs has to do with a certain other game at the moment. Fair, very fair, Jesse or Pegalux. Sorry, I definitely knew we were talking about a bunch of different people, but yeah, I totally get that, Pegalux. I totally think it's like, yeah, it's like 4 games, sure, but like there's a lot of story to keep like mind wrapped around with that. I totally get that. I thought I hit the Drifloon and got a little excited because it wasn't purple, even if it's like white and red and definitely not yellow. I'm going crazy, guys. This hunt's gonna do me in, isn't it? After all this time with everything else, the Drifloon hunts is what's gonna take us down. These odds, man. I'm not a fan of them. I don't believe them. Some of the things where it's like, did I actually ever pick up the shiny charm in this game? Maybe I didn't. I can just ignore you guys and like, I should just like ignore chat entirely. Just like kick my legs up on the table here and just like chill and just like hunt. I cannot see chat unless I like crank my head around doing it this way. This is perfect for streaming, right, guys? I get to play on a bigger screen, so I'll see the shiny bigger, you know, more noticeable. Gonna do Persona 5 is a free time killer. Pokemon Coliseum is a recorded series, so you have something to look back at because you're not playing that every day. There you go. Basically, like journaling it for yourself. I feel like that's what a lot of Let's Plays kind of started as, is people just basically documenting themselves playing games. But then they would post it online, just be like, "Hey, here's like I need to store this somewhere." Like I know, like for like Minecraft, Ethos Lab just kind of started as him like being like, "Yeah, I need to make videos to explain these inventions that I'm like telling people online about." Yeah, this hunt's not going super great for us, but like at the same time, it's not. It could be worse. It could be a lot worse. You know, we could be going to like 5 figures or something. I don't want to like say that we're not gonna do that at any point, because if I'm ever confident that it's not gonna happen, it'll definitely happen. Second year high school student. He's a sophomore unless he skipped a year, meaning he's 15, 16 weight, or you thought. So Persona's Japanese. High school is equivalent to 10th, 11th, 12th grade, so junior. Yeah, basically, instead of being like a 4-year thing, it's a 3-year thing. Still ending when they're like 18. It's like 6 years of elementary school, 3 of middle, 3 of high school. Is how it like usually lines up. Not sure if that's 100% always the case, but that is how I've always seen it portrayed in Japanese media. Not that that changes it too much. Obviously, it just goes from like 15, 16 to 16, 17. But that is like the like way that it works out. Yeah, like a third year is like the final year there. Doesn't even have a specified height. I have no clue on that front. I was only going at it from the information you provided already. Yeah, as far as like, I feel like it's 5'11" to 6 foot. I would say shorter, probably. That's the kind of thing that exists in some kind of official bio. You can probably just like Google like Persona 5 Joker height and get like a decent answer from the internet back. But I would say maybe like 5'8". If he's like actually tall, I would say like, I guess like 5'8" maybe. Maybe up to 5'10", but I would not say 6 foot or taller. (16 and 5'9". Seems like he's 6 foot. Again, Japan. The difference between what is considered extremely tall changes a lot depending on the country you're in. And in comparison to like other people, can look a lot different. Maybe we'll start another run with all this Persona talking in PS5. There you go, Jesse. If you do, you'll have to keep us updated on your playthrough. Keep you updated with your Persona 5 playthrough when you get it. Definitely from you as well, chat. Yeah. This song gets so quiet for so long at the end. There we go. Not much change between the Japan and English versions. Yeah, there's not too much. Usually. Nowadays, a lot of games do just aim for being really easy to localize. Just leave it up to some dialogue changes, maybe, depending on like cultural differences, and like try to avoid much of anything else. So many brilliants and so few shinies. 0 to be exact. Expected his name to be Kitsune, but no, it's just Fox with a Japanese accent. Yep. Yep. That kind of thing, yeah. Very easy. Very easy. Also, yeah, that kind of thing is gonna just kind of stay the same. A lot of times, like, English things are used for, like, cool sounding stuff. Excuse me. Easy to use the romanticize features a lot of time. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so much modern Japanese stuff, just like in general, just defaults to slam the like English or some other like European version of the word into Japanese characters. Let it roll sounding like a really stereotypical accent and just run with it. And that's what they do with a lot of stuff. What about the original story stuff? Nice! Yeah, there's a lot of stuff with the Persona lore. Originally, Joker was living a... okay. Plans to catch Phantom Thieves, and Joker could just avoid those plans. What? Scene is too cheesy. What, like too cheesy? Like, would it have just been one of those? I'm confused. I don't have full context, so my assumption here is it was one of those endings, like some like Far Cry games have, where it's just like, if you just listen to the rules at the start, there's never like actually an issue. Like I know Far Cry 4 had like an ending, legit ending for the game, where if you just like at the beginning of the game when you first kind of get control of the character, like the bad guy's like, stay right here, and obviously you explore around. See something you shouldn't, and then it's like, you just kind of explore around, see something you shouldn't, and then you're like chased out of there. But if you literally just sit there for like 15 minutes or something, he comes back, goes, great, you have a dinner, and that's it. The game ends. Gonna stream full playthrough BDSP? Absolutely. Probably both. Playthroughs in various capacities. At least one fully all the way through. Like Brilliant Diamond, I'm definitely going to play all the way through on stream. Shining Pearl will probably be played through fully on stream, but mostly with the intent of finding Pokemon that are version exclusives. My goal is to complete the Sinnoh decks or complete the BDSP decks as fast as I can. Ideally in like a week, tops. And part of that for me is going to be like play through Brilliant Diamond fully, just experience the game, catch a lot of Pokemon, play through it the way I play through games, leveling things up as I go along. Then Shining Pearl will be played through immediately after that or somewhat during it. Largely just kind of going with making sure I get Pokemon that I wasn't able to get in Brilliant Diamond, get the other starters, get any version exclusive wild Pokemon along the way, get Palkia when Brilliant Diamond gets Dialga, stuff like that. And then like move all of that into one game, get the charm, move all of it back into the other game, get the charm, and from there start shiny hunting. So yeah, we're going to do Brilliant Diamond is going to be a full proper playthrough, most likely, for the most part at least. There'll probably be points in there if I can pull it off, or I have like a second Switch playing, Shining Pearl or something. But that'll be edge case, I'm not sure, the kind of thing. Ready to jam out in the data mine music here soon. Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll start getting data mine stuff once preloads happen. That'll be intriguing. That'll be interesting. I am kind of looking forward to those as much as I usually kind of avoid those last minute spoilers. I will probably be looking at them this time just to see like all the details of the decks. If I can know exactly where I need to go to get certain Pokemon and when, we'll be doing that. Like, honestly, that's probably actually what's going to happen on the Brilliant Diamond playthrough, if not like doing both at the same time to an extent, where I'm just trying to catch everything needed for a living dex all at once and just checking it off, right? Like, kind of filling out my list. Greeny Beanie, welcome to the stream. How you doing today? But yeah, so that's kind of my plan, is complete the games as fast as possible while also working on the decks. So my thought here is, in my opinion, what's going to happen here is I will come across Bidoof. I catch 2 Bidoofs. One will get evolved into a Bibarel at some point. The other one won't. The other won't. Catch 3 Starly, evolve one while playing through. By the time you get to the end of the game, a Starly to Staravia is incredibly easy. Or I might just go for catching one, evolving it all the way throughout the game, and then trying to catch some of those middle evolutions if I can. That kind of thing. Glad you're doing it early so you don't have to worry about backseat gaming. I mean, that's kind of the goal, Vanillix, yet at the same time, I played USOM the first week it was out and got backseat gamed hard by chat to the point that I just didn't want to do it anymore. Granted, with Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, I'm gonna be like, I don't care if it's better to do it this other way. I'm not going for that kind of thing, right? Like, if it's like, oh, it's better to do, oh, like, you're not getting the right Pokemon for this stream. It's like, I don't care, I'm evolving stuff. Like, that's kind of the whole point for this one. As long as I, kind of set the, expectations at the start of, completing the decks as fast as we can with our games, it's like, yeah, sure, I could wonder trade, or I could trade with, people for it, throughout the game, sure, but that's not the point. The point is for me to collect all the Pokemon myself as fast as I possibly can, that kind of thing. So it's like, from that perspective, it's like, I don't know, I kind of want to do that on my own, But, that's the kind of thing I can set up the expectations when read description, read chat, do whatever, that kind of thing. It's unfortunate people already know what's going to happen. Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. I mean, that's part of why I'm not so concerned about spoilers this time around. Obviously, we start getting into the data mining territory, and, some chats kind of get put on mute or whatnot, but, that's a whole separate thing. But, yeah, that's not so much of a problem with BDSP, I feel. But, yeah, as long as the expectations going into the streams are, hey, I'm not doing this to speedrun. I'm not speedrunning the game. The point of this is getting the shiny charm as fast as possible. Might tell your friend who loves Persona 5 about where you're at, because he knows better. So if you're stuck, yeah, there you go. But yeah, so yeah, the expectations for the stream should be, I'm going to be playing a ton of it. We're going to be going as fast as we can. with the goal of completing the decks as fast as we can. If completing the decks faster means we finish like the actual game a day later, who cares, right? Like I don't care if my champ like became the champion or beat the champion on this date or whatever is like a day later. That's not my concern. National decks is what I'm concerned about. If I can save minutes on that, I don't care what happens to the rest of the stuff. That's what I thought. At least most talk about data mines is how hopefully God tier the music is. Yeah, you've always been big about that, man. And also enjoy yourself. Absolutely. Absolutely. I just remember I did try to play differently with my Ultra Moon playthrough on stream, and like people are like, oh, why aren't you doing this? Why are you doing this? I'm like, because I don't usually do it this way. Like, yeah, I'm trying to do it a different way, but like, at the end of the day, it's my stream, it's my playthrough, you know. So yeah, like in that perspective, it's like, you know. Obviously, there's a lot of just like don't listen to what like chat says. Chat generally doesn't know what they're talking about. Want to do a Nuzlocke right out of the gate? Do it. It's Pokemon music they can't possibly miss. I mean, yeah, especially Masuda is involved in it at least a little bit. My first assumption is that it's just going to be remastered versions of the original soundtracks for Diamond and Pearl. Doing your Pearl run first, gotta also try to get that charm fast, right? Yeah, no, like I said, ideally I have the charm within the first week. I don't know if that's reasonable. I don't know if that's a reasonable expectation. I don't know if that's like underestimating how fast you can get it. I'm not sure, but yeah, my goal is to get the charm in one game that fast. If I have to like, if like, you know, my living dex isn't quite built out, so I can't quite like trade Pokemon over to get the charm the other one, like, that's like fixable, but like ideally I can be shiny hunting with charm by the end of the first week. By like, I guess what, by like the 26th, 25th, 26th, I should be shiny hunting with charm in these games. That's my hope. That's my hope, at least. Apparently it sounds similar to Gen 4, but it's a little more orchestrated. I mean, as long as it's like the same score, right? Like they can remix it and mess around with it, but as long as it's the same general score, it should sound great. If they change it up entirely, you know, they could also do that pretty well, so it's not like that's necessarily a bad thing if they do change it up. But yeah, I will say again, thank you to everyone who's left a like on the stream. I believe we've hit 10 likes, which is awesome. It'd be fantastic if we could hit 15, as that's our usual goal for the streams. So if you haven't left a like, I would really appreciate it if you did. And also if you're new and haven't subbed, I would greatly appreciate that as well. Highly doubt they'll change the OST. A lot of the tracks are iconic, yeah. Yeah, they'll remaster them, basically. Or not remaster them, but they'll re-record them, right? Like, no longer are you dealing with a DS sound card. You actually have like a full-blown one. You can do whatever you want with it. No, I totally agree. Like, there's a lot of stuff that, like, that's why I'm saying I don't think they would, like, actually change, like, the scores. They re-record them better, but, like, I don't think they'd change the scores because of that, right? Like, everything's iconic. If you removed any song, there'd be so many people upset that you removed, like, insert song that's their favorite song, you know? Yeah, I don't see them doing that. That would be a massive misstep on their part. Dude, I was so good. I got a remix in Brawl. The true sign of a good song. It's like, yeah, but does it have a Brawl remix? Oh, we got a brilliant one. I just ran into the Delibird, didn't I? Yep. I've run into so many Delibirds today. Kind of a little crazy. Wait till you get a shiny Delibird? No. I mean, shiny Delibird's not bad. I just really want the Drifloon. We can go for Delibird another time. Just not now. I want my yellow balloon. I've been waiting so patiently for it for so long now. You would think it would have shown up by now. So many purple balloons. Drifloon really is a high tier design Pokemon. It's just so cute, right? It's so good. It's so good. That's why I want the shiny. Like the shinies of it that I do have are like really like have memories with me and like stuff and like mean a lot. So it's like I'd like to just get another one, right? Like like the shiny I got in Pokemon Go is the shiny Drifloon I got in Pokemon Go is basically what kept me playing Pokemon Go. Effectively, I bought, or I didn't buy. I re-downloaded Pokemon Go because of the whole Melton Melmetal thing. I was like, whatever, made a new account, started playing, and the fourth encounter, literally the fourth encounter I had was a shiny. So I was just like, come on, I gotta keep going now. Ree, what's going on? Welcome to the stream, man. Hope you're doing well today. Read an article today saying Sakurai can't see himself not being involved in Smash in the future. Man loves his baby. Oh, absolutely. Like, he keeps wanting out of it because he keeps not wanting to make. He keeps not wanting more Smash games. Basically, he keeps saying he doesn't want new Smash games because he's inevitably going to be involved in them. You know, from his perspective, it's like it's his brainchild. It's his whole thing. He's poured blood, sweat, and tears into this project, into these projects. He doesn't want anyone else like getting into it and messing with his vision. But he doesn't want to make anymore. He's like, I've made my vision. Stop. We called this one Ultimate. Everything's here. And you know they're going to be like, what about Smash 6? And he's going to be like, fine, you're making it anyway, so I'll be involved. Pokemon Go's so fun if you have access to a bunch of areas. Absolutely. It was such a fun time in college. That was where I had the most fun with Pokemon Go, was in college. Before college, or like, the game came out while I was in college, but it first came out over summer. And there was like places you could go that had a decent number of stops and stuff, but it was nothing crazy. And I didn't really, and like it kind of fizzled out by the time I went back to school. Like that initial hype for it, you know, they didn't like fix a lot of stuff with anything. They took things away, and it was just on the whole mishandled. But you know, Meltdown, I was like, fine, I'll re-download it, and they'd obviously fixed a lot of stuff. Yeah, it was a lot of fun getting back into it, and it was a blast playing at college. I lucked out that my office and my first job out of college was also like right next to a couple stops and a couple gyms. So it's like, I can mess around with this. I can have kind of a fun time. Yeah, stuff like that. In your opinion, you think Ultimate should just keep getting ported and added onto? It has the finale feel. Oh yeah, I mean, like, that's what they made it as. It's like, Ultimate, everyone's here. But at the same time, obviously, the moment Nintendo releases a new console, there's going to be a new Smash. Sakurai basically has until Nintendo hands him a development unit for whatever the next system is and goes, start. You know? As soon as they have development units ready and, like, they're very close party developers, like, start getting their hands, or start, you know, being given them. One's going to be given to Sakurai and Hal and everything, and they're just going to start working on it in Namco. To be honest, as a huge Smash fan, you're happy with Ultimate and feel comfortable calling it a good ending for the series. Yeah, like, it's definitely, like, intended to be this super grandiose finale, but at the same time, you know that there's going to be some amount of Smash on a new system, and if there's new Smash, it's going to be new characters. Like, there's no way that whatever follows the Switch gets a Smash game and doesn't end up getting DLC, even if it just gets ported Ultimate. If it just gets ported Ultimate, there's no way we don't get DLC. Right? But yeah, I think it would make sense. It would make sense. It's like, here's literally every character we've ever had. Here's tons of gaming icons. You know, ending with Sora getting added. It's like, it feels pretty final, right? Like, it feels like it would make sense, which is why I wouldn't mind it getting ported. It's just, it does really feel like a good ending for it. I remember it getting announced. It was so incredibly hype when it first got announced. You know, like, I remember that. Like, that was an incredible time for people. It was announced while I was, like, at one of my internships, and I was just, like, watching, like, the Direct on my phone during, like, lunch break. And everyone was like, smash, 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 and it got announced. And it was incredibly hyped and everything. Like, obviously it was going to be, and, you know, like, yeah. It had a good run. It had a really good run. Doing great, just finishing a movie, or just finished a movie. Nice. What movie was it? There's no way you can beat the hype Ultimate brought. Yeah, I mean, really, the hype's just going to be better looking Smash, new characters, who came back. But yeah, how do you do a who comes back, right? Like, how do you do a who's going to be on the roster when literally Ultimate has everyone? Like, obviously, you don't have to include everyone, but there's no precedent that they all have to stay. You know, they've clearly set a precedent that they don't all have to stay. But having Ultimate, it's like, the name means final, right? Like, it means the final biggest thing. You know, it's like, it's already set up. It's already done, right? Redline, ooh, I want to watch Redline. I've seen clips from it, and it seems really cool. Just keep adding on to Ultimate in the future if it gets ported. It would make sense. I don't think the Smash community would be happy with it, though. Like, oh, we want a new game. I feel like that's what I would see. From the Smash community that I see, which is really narrow and not the greatest one to look at, which is the comments on every Nintendo Direct where everyone's upset that not every announcement is related to Smash, and it's like literally getting your own Direct in like a week. But I mean, knowing other fan bases, the Directs aren't really the thing to look to for fan bases. The same people who were upset that Pokemon wasn't announced at the Nintendo Treehouse, and it's like, it wouldn't be? You know, like, we weren't going to get Pokemon news there because they didn't say anything about it? And just in general, I feel like the mob mentality, everyone gets really hyped about stuff. I think the Smash community would be okay with it. Probably as a whole. I don't know. As a whole, but at the same time, the vocal minority, though, I think would be very, very upset that they're not getting, like, new shiny, right? But at the same time, like, porting it continuously only works for so long. Because at some point, like, the systems become so different and, like, power levels and everything that it's like, it becomes valuable to say, hey, this game right here is not too great anymore in terms of its, like, foundation. Like, it was fantastic for the Switch, but it doesn't work on whatever the thing, like, 3 generations down the line is. Like Melee, fantastic. If Ultimate was built on Melee as engine, people would be like, why are you not just remaking? Why are you just not making a new one at this point? So the porting only lasts so long. You might get 1, maybe 2 extra generations of consoles before people are like, alright, come on now. But then again, at that point, it's like, if you do extend it like that, then you've clearly just got to keep extending an Ultimate style thing. So I don't know. It's interesting. But at the same time, I'm not a big fighting game fan, so it's like, to me, it's like they all are kind of the same. Do we really need more? Which I know a lot of people will be like, oh, they're not the same at all. They got all these different mechanics and stuff, and it's just like, it's not me, you know? With every Smash character announced, you'd have people on Twitter saying no one wanted this, even if it's the most requested character, right? Right? Yeah, it's like, no one wanted this. It's like, you didn't want it. Yeah. Yeah, it's just, you're always gonna have people complaining no matter what. It's the same. I've said this before with Pokemon and stuff too, where it's like, the community is just so large that your vocal minority is larger than most other games' entire communities. And I think Smash falls fairly similarly into that category, especially amongst Nintendo people. I think Smash fans in general are some of the most vocal people involved in any Nintendo franchise. Like Mario people are just like, hey, Mario games, cool, and like just kind of move on with their day, right? Like, I don't feel like you see a lot of that. Like, a new Mario Kart gets announced, and like the Nintendo community is excited about it. The Mario Kart community is also pretty excited about it, but they're so small in comparison that it's like, woo, like the whole. But like, Ultimate is just the perfect Smash game. It's basically everything. It literally does have everything, right? Like, that's the whole idea. Is like, everyone's there. It has every map. It has every song. It has everything. So it's like, any future game, they're gonna be like, oh, why didn't you keep this? And it's like, because they're not making another Ultimate, you know. So it's like, it definitely just, it's the thing, right? Where like Ultimate put everything on the table. You know, any upgrade they make is just like, why didn't you just make this a DLC for Ultimate? You know, so it's like, yeah, it's an interesting situation. It definitely feels like the game was kind of designed in a way to be like the final Smash. Like, it is the Smash game. But it'd be interesting to see how that is handled going into the future with other consoles. It's like, what else do you want? It's like, we added Minecraft. Please stop. Yeah, I mean, you can see like new maps and stuff like could be added in, but people will be like, oh, well, why didn't insert old map continue to be in here? Despite everyone playing Omegas anyways, but still. other problem. Yeah, I definitely see like Smash Ultimate is positioned as the final one, but I don't see that lasting for forever. The next system's gonna come out, and Nintendo's immediately just gonna look at Sakurai and go, so when's Smash coming? And like that's gonna be what it is, right? Like there's no getting around that. Like that's just how it's gonna be. The same way that like Pokemon's expected on every system, Smash is expected on every system. It's like Nintendo's like, we just made Mario. Do you want to make Smash? Like, come on, you know. So it's like, and if Sakurai says no, they go okay, and they'll make it themselves. And Sakurai would hate that. Like, so he's just kind of stuck in that situation. He's like, if I don't make it, someone else will, and I don't think people will like it if someone else makes it. Nintendo's wise; they can keep milking Ultimate for the next systems. Again, like I said, that lasts like for one system. Obviously, like, yeah, you can pull it off for one system. You can release some new DLC for like Smash Ultimate Deluxe. Like, you can add in a couple extra maps, or just include all the fighter passes with the initial purchase. Like, and people would be down with it, and then you add another fighter pass in, and people are like, woohoo, add a couple new maps maybe. But like that only lasts for that long. Because like I said, it would be like Melee being ported to the Switch, right? Or like to where Smash 4 was. Or like Brawl being ported to the Switch. It'd be like Brawl being ported to the Switch. It doesn't, the bones don't hold up at that point. And so that's where you kind of get into that wonky situation. Like, you have to remake it. Do you put all the effort in to remake the game like for like, one for one? Like, that doesn't make as much sense. I don't know. This is coming from me, who again just kind of looks at fighting games and goes, why would you want to buy more? It already is the same game. Because again, I don't play them. The same way people ask me why I own more than one racing game. And it's like, because the physics are different and like all this stuff. And like, there are valid reasons to own multiple. I'm not into the games enough to know that. So like, my opinion on Smash and everything comes with that grain of salt of I own it because it's popular, not because I like it. Literally the second best-selling Smash game. We want a new Smash game, but only anime characters, Goku, Luffy, Naruto, etc. I mean, doesn't that kind of exist in some form? If I recall correctly, either Brawl or Smash 4 was announced to the public before even Sakurai was told about it, so he was essentially forced to make it. That might have been Brawl. Honestly. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, no, I wouldn't be surprised if it's like, hey, we're making a Smash game, and Sakurai's like, wait, what? We're doing what now? But I mean, he's basically forced into making it every time because of how attached he is to the series. If they're like, hey, we're making a new one, it's basically, hey, you're gonna make us a new one. And he does it. He loves making them. Like, and he puts his soul into them. But because of that, he won't let anyone else do it. Because it's his baby. At the end of the day, it's his baby. He doesn't want anyone else messing with it. So it's like, yeah, what does he do then? Literally Jump Force. It's like, I've seen this in stores. I have seen in stores the promotional posters for the fighting games that have literally all the anime characters. It exists. But yeah, no, it's basically, if Nintendo says they're making a Smash game, if Sakurai hasn't heard about it, he is knocking on their door within the hour going, 1, what the hell? 2, I'm making it. Like, there's no question. But yeah, I genuinely think he loves seeing the community's reaction to the game and seeing everyone enjoy his creation and seeing everyone fall in love with his idea over and over and over again. But I think he just kind of wants to leave it alone at some point too. You know, like at some point to him, it's like, come on, guys, I want to make more Kirby. You know, I want to put my time into other things. That's kind of what it ends up coming down to. I didn't mean to go into the bag. No. We haven't encountered a good number of brilliants today, which is nice. He's in the position where he doesn't want to make more Smash games, but he doesn't want anyone else taking charge. He wants someone else taking charge even less. Exactly, Pegalux, exactly. It's like, he's like, I've done it. I've made the games. I've completed my vision, right? Like, he's the kind of guy who's definitely just super passionate about what his vision is. You know, like, it'd be like me, you know, I don't know. It's hard to say. But yeah, it's his vision is Smash, right? Like, as it has been created. He has made it to his exact vision. It is exactly what he wants in the game. It is exactly, and he is so proud of it. His pride and like his joy related to the game is so tied to the series as a whole. He doesn't want to see someone else mess with it. Yeah, that's exactly what it is, right? Like, he is so wrapped up in what the vision of this game is to him that he can't like let that go, you know? Like, it's like there's no way I'm letting anyone else touch this thing. You know, it's like, I'm done. But if you're making another one, at least let me make it the way I'd want to make it. You know, it's like, he has ideas for all the games, right? Like, he has ideas for everything, but he's just like, let me make it how I want it to be. Only reason you like Smash is because there's so many good memories of playing Brawl with your family. A lot of people have those kind of memories with Nintendo games, and with all video games, yeah. This is a totally valid reason. I mean, part of why Crash is such a big thing for me is just my memories of playing it at my friend's house. Playing on Final Destination over and over again. Such a fan of that stage. I think everyone is. It's always Final Destination, Omega stage, no items, right? Like, that's... Or Final Destination, no items, right? It's basically always the rules. He goes over the top of the background on Final Destination. Still an anime fighting game. I mean, I guess there is a little bit of a difference there, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know. Again, this comes down to that thing where it's like, I don't see a lot of the difference. I can't... They all feel the same to me. They're basically, because I'm so unfamiliar and unskilled at them, to me, they're all just button mashers, right? Like, that's all they ever are to me. It's just button masher games. doesn't have the same feeling. I mean, I totally get that because they're definitely like racing games. It was like they don't feel the same. They don't feel the same as other racing games. So yeah, they're just different. You know? Yeah, I get that. Can't deduce differences between fighting games when you play an actual like Mortal Kombat or just press buttons. Yeah, I mean, that's what I do in all of them, Smash included. They're just button masher games to me, basically. Something on the floor when I like tap my foot is making another tapping sound. And bring them as their own kind of button mashing. It's just different. Yeah, it's different buttons, right? Smashing and understanding the control scheme about Mortal Kombat and stuff, button mashing until you win for days. Yeah, but even like Smash, I can't get the timing, so I just start mashing the buttons for those timings, and clearly I'm just wrong on timings then. That's honestly, that's probably the biggest thing for me. It's just I don't have the timings down, so I end up like hitting a bunch of different moves all at once, and who knows which one actually lands. Excuse me. Yeah, I really gotta adjust the camera some. It's doing some funky things depending on where I move in frame. This hoodie is really throwing it off. Ugh. Playing a lot of World of Light and seeing how terribly we are at Smash. Yeah, World of Light was my low point in gaming. There is a reason I have not gone back to it. World of Light is tough. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm just already bad at Smash. So for me, World of Light is just a nightmare. And it's terrible. And it's not fun. Drifloon when? I don't know, Jesse. I don't know. Hopefully soon. It's about to pass. It's about to pass Duskull, right? Like I don't think it's past Duskull yet, but I think it's close. Anyone remember what encounter number we got Duskull at? Because we're definitely close to it now. I had to put it below normal easy because it was annoying and just sometimes unplayable. Yeah, I forget what I set it on. Is this me? Are we seeing a lot more brilliance right now? Or are we just finally getting the payback for how few we've seen the past few days? Like, I feel like yesterday and then before Halloween, we just saw none. That's put it on very easy. Now you're just one-shotting everything with PK freeze and boom, off the map. Like, that's kind of the balance you have to try to find, right? Like, you want it to be a little bit difficult. Like, you want to actually, like, have some game to play, but at the same time, just, like, at some point you gotta be able to beat it. Yeah, like, at some point, like, it's got to be recognized that it's not fun to sit there and deal with a game that's just, like, continuously smashing you into the ground. Unless you're really a fan of that. I mean, then you got the whole, like, Dark Souls franchise to play, you know? But that's a different thing. There's been so many in this one stream, right? The 60% encounter rate definitely, like, makes it go faster, but it doesn't make us find it. Yeah, this is a not fun. Like, it'll be fun when we find it, but just being this far over odds is never a super fun time. It's always just like, oh man, am I doing something wrong? Despite having done this kind of hunt, you know, hundreds of times now. Like, come on. Yo, Mel, thanks for the super chat. Don't spend it all in one place. I'll try. I'll buy several different pieces of candy from different shops. But thank you, Mel. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. Everyone show Mel some hype in chat. Lucas and Ness are gods in World of Light. If you have OP spirits, you're gonna cream everything basically. Got you. Yeah, I forget what I have right now. I just remember I ended up on one fight that I absolutely just got destroyed on over and over again. Couldn't figure it out. Got so frustrated, I threw a controller, which, again, low point in gaming. The controller's still working. I'm still using it years later. Then I talked with a friend. He's like, yeah, that one's just not really beatable. It's like, why wasn't I told this? Hey, let's go, Mel. Indeed. Thank you, Mel, so much. I appreciate it. Now we're gonna start building up a food fund for oops. We're gonna start building up the food fund for me to get all my stream food ready for the BDSP stream, so I never have to leave this desk. Gotta get drinks, gotta get some snacks. All that kind of good stuff. There's one fight in World of Light that he almost threw a controller at the floor is against Bowser with Lava Floor, and he has Fire Breath and his attack plus, and he couldn't even survive. Let's see if he gets sponsored by food and drink. True. Seriously, guys, it's like, I don't know, sponsors, if you're watching, that'd be great. I'll rename my cat for you. It's like, hey, guys, you want to know what kind of computer you should buy? You should buy Adele. If you want to listen to music sponsor, like, hey, great songs by Adele, right? Like, I'll rename my cat for these things. Come on, it's already named. I've already done it. Snack of choice. Ooh, that's a good question because it changes. The classic pretzel stick. Ooh, that is a good choice. That is a very good choice. I tend to. Here's my problem. As far as like taste of a snack, I'd probably say like a spicy chip of some kind. Be it like one of the spicier Dorito flavors or something like that. Probably a spicy chip would probably be my favorite. But those are really bad when playing games, because then you just get the spicy like Dorito fingers on everything. Jerky is your choice? I'm not a big fan of jerky, for being real. Obviously, you can like what you like. I have no problem with it. I don't think like it's weird or anything to like it. It's just not my thing. I don't know. It's always been a bit too tough. Orb of Light has annoying stuff. There's just a CPU throwing random crap at you. Yeah. Now, I forget what it was. It was like a double battle against some people who was just like, yeah, they really are just way tougher than anything else in the area. You should do other things first and come back. And I was like, that should be way more better defined. Store-bought jerky is trash, homemade's the way to go. Fair enough. Fair enough. I can accept that. I've never had homemade jerky though, so it's not like I have a lot of experience. Be like, yeah, you're right. That really is a superior kind of just like, I believe you. I trust you. That makes sense. Like it's like, yeah, no. That's very reasonable and believable. I feel. Like generally, I feel like anything homemade's gonna have a little bit more to it. Either like you can make it more how you like it, or just in general it's just better quality stuff. So yeah, I totally believe you there. In the Dark World part where everything is apparently harder, so you had to bump it down to very easy because that Bowser almost made you smash your controller. Now, again, it's bad. It's bad I did this. Don't do this. I am ashamed of this. But I'm impressed at how bouncy a Pro Controller is. So I believe the trajectory was hand, ground, wall, oh crap, ceiling, wall, ground, roll back over to me. I was kind of impressed I managed to basically boomerang this controller off the walls. But like, it's fine. It's fine. There are definitely some marks where like I believe this grip hit the ground a bit harder and is a bit loose, and you can see like stress marks inside the control, like those two supports right there that are very stressed and very white from being stretched. Not great. Again, down like lowest point in my gaming experience. But yeah, smoking for an hour and air dry for 4. Ooh. Yeah, that's good. But yeah, no, again, it's just like, I threw it because like, oh, and then it bounced, and I was like, oh no, like this has force. It's just one of those things where you're not thinking and you do it, right? Because like, so I've thrown controllers before, but it's mostly been like mild frustration aiming them at like the couch that was next to me, so it's just like soft landing, like buries itself in the cushions and it comes out and it's fine. But this was just to be like, oh, wham! It was just like, you know, really by the time I had finished the follow through with my hand, I was already regretting the decision. But like in the moment, you never know. Didn't mess up. Friend threw his and part of one of the triggers chipped off. Yeah, I guess I got lucky in that sense, but. Yeah, like I said, like one of the grips is a little bit looser. I could honestly probably just tighten it. Or if I were to take it off, you'd probably see some kind of a... There'd probably be something in there if I were to take it off, you know, and like a snap stem or something. Bit your DS hard enough to leave teeth marks. I have heard that story, yeah. Yeah, and I feel like everyone has that moment, right? And I honestly, I feel like that moment defines you as like... defines your character more than any other moment in gaming will. As far as like, if you throw it and your first reaction is, what have I done? It's like, I think everyone's been pushed over the limit before, and it's like, you know that it's like, you don't think that was the right choice, versus like throwing it and just walking away, right? Or like throwing it and then just picking it up, not thinking about it, and going on about it, and like you do it again. Like, you do it the one time, you go, why did I do this? And then you move on. Yo, username, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? You come here and see another mod. You do. Mel is here, yeah. Yeah, we've had 2 unique mods here in the past week. It's a record. Throwing stuff into soft stuff doesn't give you that good feeling. It really didn't. It didn't help at all. It was Halo 4. I was not having a fun time. Yeah, but like, even then, like, it was throwing into soft stuff, and I picked up one of my controllers. It was like a blue leather couch, and one of my controllers had like a scuff mark on it that was blue, and I was like, come on. Like, there had been a previous scuff mark, and it was just dyed blue pretty much permanently. Oh, man. Guys, I gotta say, I really wish I didn't know that the Brilliants were the ones that had the increased shiny rate, because, like, now I see him like, oh, this is gonna be the one, this is gonna be the one, and it has yet to be the one. Just need a throw controller and a gaming controller. A throw controller and a gaming controller. True, true. You just have like, you know, I could just like have. I would not use these two. These are both my good gaming controllers, but it's like this one's for throwing, this one's for gaming. And just like, I'm playing Smash, and it's like, just keep going. There's a point in Paris Mario Rabbids. Unbearably annoying that you heated your Joy-Cons in the hall. I mean, honestly, as long as like they go far enough before hitting something, they're fine, right? Like a controller should be able to survive this like level of a drop, right? Like, obviously, I'm not gonna do it right now because it might not, but like, and because it'd be loud. But like, a controller should be able to survive a drop. Like, you know, that should be. It's kind of part of their testing for them. I would assume is just like hold here, let go, hold it at every angle and let it go. You know, impart like a twist on it, like a spin on it, let it drop, see what happens. You know, that kind of thing should be pretty standard for a controller to deal with. And if you throw it and it doesn't hit the ground until it doesn't hit anything until it just like falls to the ground, it should be fine. Especially on carpet or anything. But yeah, if it hits a wall, it's just like, oh no. Testing can take gamer. I mean, this is just testing if they can take. Oops. Yo, Mitchie, what's going on? Welcome to the stream, man. How you doing today? Hope all is well, dude. I'm gonna start testing them by yeeting them at walls. I mean, there's only a certain amount they want to do. If you're throwing a controller, you're probably going to accept that it is your fault at the end of the day. It's not really a warrantyable thing, so it's like, tough luck, you broke your controller by throwing it at a wall, buy a new one. And like most people feel like, you're right, that's not necessary for them to test. I'll go buy a new controller, or like I'll go buy a controller that's like upcharged for them putting a rubber case on it, you know, that kind of thing. I feel like that's the general consensus there. Looking for your Pokemon Moon card, and either you dog ate it or you're blind. Oh no! Hopefully you're a little blind and it's not the dog. Because the blindness at least makes it where the Pokemon card's salvageable. That's the priority here, right? The quality of the Pokemon card. Usually they'll smash the piece of being thrown at a wall. Again, that's not really on them. like, it doesn't matter if my controller was incredibly expensive or what. If I were to chuck this, just like slam it against the TV or the wall, and like the controller and the TV broke, it's not like, oh, well, I play games on it, they should expect me to throw it. That's so not, like, right. You know, like I said, people throw controllers, but then they go, oh no. Like, it's not something that people go, I threw this. That's a reasonable thing to expect a human being. Like, that's a reasonable thing to expect me to do in the right state of mind. It's like, no. We've all just put too much time into a game and too much passion into a game at some point. It's a game at the end of the day. Like, I don't think they should be expected to do that, you know? Yeah, we're getting raided. 10-year P. 10-year TV raid. What's going on, Raiders? Welcome to the stream. Hype for the raid. Welcome as we discuss the responsibility of gaming companies and gamer rage. 10-year P, thank you for the sub. What's up? Thank you for the raid, man. How was your stream? Welcome, Raiders. Hope you guys are having a good night. My name is Mindless Enigma. If you guys haven't, please leave a like on the stream and sub if you're interested in more shiny hunting streams. I do a bunch. I do about 4 a week at least, and we're going to do a bunch more once BDSP comes out. But yo, welcome everyone. I'm going to see if I can name everyone. TCG, Sarah, Peter, Moon, Dojo, Yokai, I Am Spooky Dreamer, Tinia TB, Ruby Gee. Welcome, guys. Gengar, the Pink Gang. Welcome. You just liked us up? Thank you. Meowstick. Thank you. Welcome, everyone. Hope you guys are having a good day. We're under a raid indeed. If they make good controllers, they get more customers. If they make bad controllers, they sell them to people who throw them more. Give me the list again. What's the list? But yeah, welcome, everyone. Yeah, how was the stream? What were you doing today? Were you doing some shiny hunting, or what were you up to? Yeah, so what are your guys' thoughts? I guess we have all the raiders now. We have a whole bunch of new people. What are your guys' thoughts on the quality of controllers, and should part of the testing be throwing them at a wall? Should we expect controllers to survive hitting a wall, or is it just you throw a controller, it breaks? Swallows a tiny perler bead. Oh no, that's not a good thing. I hope you're okay. Battle of Subs Thursday. Applesauce. What about applesauce? You don't want to know what the list is? All right, I won't question it then. 13 watching. Yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. I really do appreciate everyone coming in with the raid. It means a lot. Happy to see you guys. Happy to have you all here. How's the shiny hunt going? It's going okay. We're very over odds at this point. We have the 500 KOs, so we should have found it by now, but we're almost 1,000 over odds. But I guess it happens, you know. You're shiny hunting fans up, but no luck. All good there. Hey, you'll find it soon. It's those straggler Halloween Pokemon. We started this one, I think, like 2 weeks ago now, and it's just been a pain in the butt. Shiny hunting, awesome. Have you played Undertale and or Deltarune? I haven't. I've been constantly told to. The problem is I'm either motivated to play it and just want to wait for it to be on sale, or it's on sale and I have no motivation to play it. That's honestly been the factor, the limiting factor here. Can I end this sentence? Can I like and sub? Yes, you can. It would be greatly appreciated. I know you actually already have. Very much so, yeah. You catch a Dino? Good luck. Already on to Christmas. The Halloween hunts wrap up and it's boom, Delibird time. Usually throw your controller during Just Dance. You know, that one's almost a little more acceptable. Also, guys, it's Crab Rave time. For everyone new, usually when Crab Rave's playing on stream, we spam the chat full of crab emotes. So feel free, everyone who is usually in chat. You guys know what to do already. The shiny like of Apollo and Tommy and hit upon you. Dang, you better get that shiny now, man. Yeah, usually throw the controller during Just Dance. I feel like Wii games and any kind of dance games are a little more acceptable, right? Like you're expected to have this motion, you know? Like you're already doing the throwing motion. It's just sometimes you let go on accident. It happens. It happens. There we go. Mixing the raid hype with crab rave hype. I don't think we've had that before. Should get a super powerful crab rave. And Ruby Gee, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. Yes, let's see all the crabs. Noel, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Have the wristband thingy and the controller still goes flying. You really get into it then, Mitchie. And then nothing can stop you from dancing. Tenier rave raid, yes. Like Monster Cat? Yeah. I usually have a lot of Monster Cat music playing on stream. Monster Cat's actually one of the better, like, kind of publishers for music as far as, like, creators go. Because you can, like, license their music super cheap. So we have a ton of the music we can play on stream. The last... Find the imposter. I don't know. Someone in there is pretty sus in that rave. Yeah, so usually we have a lot of Monster Cat music going. I try to mix it up. I want to add in a bit more like Glitch City stuff. I kind of want to figure that out for. I need to figure that out before before BDSP comes out. That's kind of been my goal for a lot of that stuff. Interesting. That like with Ruby's name as the newest sub, that the Japanese stuff gets cut off. It's like almost all of it made it, but the little diacritical marks are gone. Yes, Discord, yes. If you guys are new to the stream, for one, thank you to everyone who's liked. Anyone that has subscribed, I appreciate you guys doing that, and love that you guys are hanging out in chat. If you want to chat outside of the streams as well, I do have the Discord. Anyone who has a Discord account is free to join. Generally, that is the best way to know about new streams and stuff, is I will, post links there. YouTube notifications can always be kind of funky and weird, so, joining the Discord over there is always useful. Turn on Hoenn Victory Road music. Oh, that'd be good. I should do that, right? I should add some more Pokemon music into like my playlists. That's one thing I do need to do at some point. Yeah, I want to add a lot more variety into music. It's just one of those things where the Monster Cat stuff's a little funky, and like I usually play it through their website. You can download it, but I'm always nervous I'm gonna like download something and it'll be removed from like the streaming playlist, and I'll be like, oh no, it'll be like, you can't play this anymore. Haha. Find the imposter. It's a trick. All of the cockroaches are the imposter. The cricket's actually the crewmate. You can be trusted. Was that in question before, Gengar? Were you not necessarily trustable? I'm gonna go, but liked and subbed. Thank you, Yokai. I appreciate that. Hope you have a good rest of your night. Have a good day, night. I hope you get the shiny. Well, thank you for being here. It was nice meeting you. Thank you for the like and sub. I hope to see you again in a future stream. And yeah, have a good rest of your day or night. Look at the third row. I mean, there's the cricket in there, but like I was saying, I feel like the cricket's the one real one. The rest of all the imposters. Be back starting making dinner. Hey, that's all good. That's all good. Go make the dinner and go make food. That is very important. There's someone with the decks, but most of them you only have shiny. I feel that. I feel that. It's like, yeah, I feel that. Lurking part of the raid. Silver Tree Gaming, welcome to the stream. Thank you for coming in as part of the raid. Hope you've been having a good night. It's good to have you here. Do you think level 100 Festival Plaza is worth it? No. That is coming from someone who has used the Festival Plaza solely for trading and has never touched it outside of the tutorial or trading since. Which monkey's better? I didn't realize they're both monkeys. I'm gonna be real. On my screen, it looks like a monkey and then like it looks like a gorilla and then some construction equipment of some kind. I'm assuming, I guess it's like, what is it, an orangutan or something? But I don't know, with how tiny the emotes are on my screen, it looked like an excavator. It looked like a gorilla and then an excavator. It's like, hey man, I don't know what the memes are these days. Maybe that's like some Harambe reference that I'm somehow missing. I don't know. I just kind of rolled with it. I didn't realize they were both monkeys. Had a good night, but kind of sad. And Joker from Persona 5, thank you for the sub. I appreciate that. I like the specification that you were the Persona 5 Joker and not the Batman Joker. Yeah, had a good night, but kind of sad I haven't done Splatoon in a while. I haven't played Splatoon in forever. I really want to play. I enjoyed it when I played it, but then like I didn't have Switch Online for a while, and then like my apartment's Wi-Fi was terrible, so I just never played it. And then here we are years later, and I still just haven't gone back to it. I feel like that happens a lot with games. We were talking about it earlier, where it's just like once you stop playing something and play something else, it's like going back is hard. Not the card Joker either. Fair enough. Have to go to bed, but you'll be a lurky turkey. Alright, see you later, Silver3 Gaming. Thank you for being here. I hope to see you again soon. Hope to see you in a future stream. And yeah, have a good night. Get some good sleep. Sleep is very, very important. The shiny moon. Trading just one mod takes too long. Oh yeah, since like it's just like back and forth for it as opposed to, you know, being able to cycle through them. Hey, Happy, what's going on? Very late raid, welcome. Thanks for coming in as part of the raid. How you doing today, Happy? How are things going? How's life? Very late. It's all good, though. It's all good. I appreciate having you here. But seriously, guys, thank you for all the likes on the stream. We got over 20 likes. We passed our like goal for the day, which is amazing. Really, really do appreciate that. As well as thank you to all the new subs. I really do appreciate those as well. You're organizing your boxes at home. Hey, that's totally fair. I got you. I got you. Got distracted. I totally understand that. Like you're like sitting there, you're doing the thing, the stream's going on in the background, and then the noise stops, but you just don't realize it. I've done that before. Where like I minimize a stream tab just because like I gotta like look at something else real quick, and then you just continuously go down that path, and then it's like, oh, it's quiet. Dapper Sheep 18, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Dang, guys. We were hoping to get it before 2,000 encounters today, and here we are. 300 encounters past that. I don't know why. I don't know why some of these ghost Pokemon just don't like me here in the wild area, but that seems to be the case. I really think it's just our luck has been averaged out with some incredibly good hunts and some incredibly bad hunts. We probably averaged pretty close to odds between our 5 encounters Feel, the like 2,600 encounter Duskull, the 65 encounter Pumpkaboo. Like it all averages out, but that doesn't make it not rough. Drifloon under 2,500. I really hope so, Jesse. I really, really hope so on that one. I don't want to be doing 3 more streams of this. Because, like, the problem with Drifloon, or really with anything in the wild area, is it's all based on weather, and I try not to do, like, time skips in any kind of way. I've been able to avoid that so far. Yeah, it's just, days like today, fantastic for encounters, because it's a 60% encounter rate here, but will it be the same on Thursday? Will we get another 60% encounter rate somewhere on Thursday? I don't know. How many encounters do I do per stream? It varies greatly. Usually I try to go for 2 to 3 hours. That's kind of my mark, and however many encounters happen. But like specifically with these wild area Pokemon, it's been difficult to gauge that, just because like today we have a 60% encounter rate, but a lot of days we're in like Lake Mylock surfing, and we have 15% in the north and 10% in the south, and it's rough for that reason, where we only get like 200 or 300 encounters in. Maybe we're here today, we've pulled off like 500 or more, and like that 200 to 300 is like if things go incredibly well kind of situation. So there's one other place we can get 60% encounters, so fingers crossed either the snow happens here again on Thursday, assuming we don't get it here in the next 10 minutes or so. Either hopefully we see it, the snow again in the like on Thursday, or we see, I think it's fog in Lake Mylock in either the north or south to get ourselves 60% encounters there. But yeah, so that's so it's just because of the wild area and the massive variations in spawn rates. We can get like 500 a stream, or we can get like 100 a stream. It really depends on our luck with the weather. Drifloon, can you turn yellow already? Welcome to the stream. I appreciate that name. That is the sentiment of this stream. Hope you're having a good day. Hope you're having a good day, Drifloon. Yeah, and then the encounter rate per stream also changes. Like the number of encounters per stream also greatly depends on if we're doing KOs or if we've already completed our KOs. Like we've completed the 500 KOs here, so it changes. It's a lot faster once you've done the KOs, just because you're not going through all the menuing to do battles, going back to the Pokemon Center to restock on moves. Not just not dealing with animations or text boxes or anything like that. It's just see Pokemon, run, and that's a lot faster than seeing the Pokemon, hitting it, watching its HP bar go down, saying, oh no, it fainted, and then giving the XP and everything. I think generally, even with like really good encounter rates, like 60% encounter rates, we look at maybe 200 to 300 Pokemon a stream then, as opposed to today where we've done well over 400. Just off of the fact that I know that I think we passed 1,900 today even, so we've done like 400 encounters today, at least. Had sword, but someone stole it, so you could have completed it yourself. That stinks. I'm sorry someone stole it. When picking a starter, can it be shiny? In Sword and Shield, no. The only way to get the shiny starters in Sword and Shield is to breed for them. For whatever reason, they decided to lock the starters this time. Usually, recently at least, Gen 5 and up, I believe, once they started really doing shiny locks, they made it where if you were encountering any kind of wild Pokemon as part of a tutorial or as part of finding your starter, it couldn't be shiny, but the starter still could. But now, unfortunately, that is not the case. And in Sword and Shield, yeah, the starters are just locked flat out. Which is very unfortunate. I wish they were huntable. The cutscene would have been brutal for it, but at least it would have been huntable. Gotta go. All right, see you later, Gengar. Thank you so much for being here in the stream. I hope you come back to another stream in the future, and yeah, hope you have a good rest of your night or day, whatever time it is for you. Think you've gotten 2 shiny Drifloons through your playthrough randomly and you weren't even hunting? I'm jealous right now, Meowstick. I am jealous. I mean, my the 4th Pokemon I encountered in Pokemon Go on my current account was a Drifloon, and that's why I ended up sticking with Go for so long, was because I had a shiny Drifloon to be my buddy. But yeah. Man, that's awesome that you found 2 randomly. That's always super great. 3 shiny Drifloons? What? How'd you find so many? I feel like I didn't even encounter that many Drifloons in my playthrough. Just check. That's awesome, though. Congrats on that. Maybe you took all of my luck. He'll give the luck back right now. Thank you. I could really use it right now. We've been struggling here on our Drifloon hunting. One day you're curious of how much money a 3DS capture card was, so you went on eBay and you were very surprised. They have always been expensive, and they have just gotten more expensive. For multiple reasons. But yeah, no, they've always been really, really pricey. Because the thing is, it's like there are like 3 people in the world who have ever made them, and they price them as though they were the only 3 people in the world making them. What are you gonna do? Build it yourself? That's gonna cost way more, right? Like, and a lot of knowledge. It's basically gonna cost an entire college education for like an electrical degree or like a computer engineering degree, right? Like, that would have been an insane, like, yeah, so it was very easy to see them priced, even while they were still being produced, at like $600 for like a clamshell, either 3DS or new 2DS capture card. I believe 2DS capture cards could have been had for maybe like $400 instead. I don't know. The prices have always been kind of insane for them because it was basically what, like a $300 to $400 markup on top of the system. For the capture card. It's always been like that. And then Katsukity got put out of business by some legal stuff in Japan. They didn't do anything illegal while they were a business, but they had to stop being a business because the laws came into place saying that modifying consoles was illegal, which is really stupid, but it is what happened. Katsukity had to shut down. Very unfortunate. It means all those cards have no more support. I think Murky may have bought their stock, but I think Murky is out of that stock and doesn't know how to make more. I think is the case. Loopy technically still does it, but I believe does it in waves. Like at this point, I think Loopy just kind of makes and or gets stock. However, they get stock of capture card circuits, and you'll send them a 3DS, and they'll put it in if they have it. It's basically what it's at right now. That's too much. It's a lot. It is a lot. That is a lot more valuable now than it was when I bought it. But it was worth it, especially when doing a lot of Sun and Moon streams. I still use it a good bit. I haven't used it in the past month or so just because I've been, I guess, so busy with everything else, all these other hunts and stuff going on. We'll probably get back to doing some hunts on it here in the next few weeks, assuming everything else on stream kind of settles out and we find this Drifloon and we find the Dratini and everything. I gotta go. All right, see you later, Ree. Thanks for being here. Alright guys, we're going to go to 2350, and then we are going to continue the raid train. We're going to keep this raid hype going for sure. No way we're going to let that die down. Also, I think I just hit that on accident. Alright. No, I bumped it. Yeah, okay, so now we can update it. Cool. Alright, so let's see if anyone else is live. Alright, Beetle is live. We're definitely going to raid them. Yeah, there we go. Cool. But yeah, guys. Alright, stick around. We're going to continue this raid train through with a mindless raid. Let's see the raid hype in chat, guys. I think that all your luck went to Drifloon or something because Giratina's over 500. Like, Dynamax raids? Holy crap. That's insane if that's Dynamax Adventure raids. 500. That's so much time. And alright, guys. We're going to do one more encounter just for the heck of it and just out of pure desperation. Oh, Dynamax Adventures. That's insane, Meowstick. Almost 600. That is insane. Alright, final encounter. Final Drifloon here, guys. And it wasn't shiny. So, we're raiding, guys. Don't immediately run away. Run to the raid. But, guys, thank you so much for watching the stream. Thank you to everyone that liked, everyone that subscribed. Thank you to Tinny TP for the raid and all the raiders who came in with it. Thank you to Mel for the super chat. I appreciate that. And, yes, we're going to do a raid here. So, guys, I hope to see you again on Thursday. I hope to see you in this raid. And until next time, take care.